Boop, boop, hello.
Oh, boo boo.
Boop.
Boop,
Hi,
boop.
everybody.
Hello.
Please let me know how the audio is sounding. If I need to be turned down, if they need to be turned up, blah, 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 blah. If you want us to just
I think
mute
it's gone
and just
very pixely.
mine.
I was going to say,
Oh.
Jenny was 1 pixel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just one whole
potato.
pixel.
One potato. That's me. 1 potato, 2 potato. Am I fine now?
Hi, everybody. You're fine now.
Just gonna exit out of Steam just in case it starts fucking downloading something.
Yeah,
For real.
I should do.
You never know.
Scheduled down for
Hi,
the worst
Ray.
possible time.
Oh,
Oh
bye,
my
thanks so much for gifting 5
God.
songs. Thank you so much for you. I appreciate it.
And thank you very much to Chox and Papaya for contributing to the D&D fund.
Yes, thank you. It's very appreciated.
That's really, it's very helpful.
Hi, Ray.
More important than ever now, because Roll20 are slowly putting up their prices, the bastards! Yeah, why did it not take long to get
Right.
that in? I'm very
Yeah,
happy
that
with that.
Don't sit on the
was
fence, Jack.
Tell us how you really feel.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's get to playing some D&D. We didn't get a chance to play last week, and we've got this session and then the next session, and then there'll be a kind of a Christmassy, holidaysy break.
Yes.
We're still thinking about what's going to happen for New Year's. Like maybe there'll be a game,
Oh, yeah.
but if it is a game, I don't think it'll be me running it. I'm going to take as much opportunity as I possibly can to have a break and rejuvenate some creative juices for the upcoming encounters.
Gotta have plenty of juices.
I need those juices bad.
I feel uncomfortable.
We need to base in those creative juices.
Oh, baste me up, baby.
I'm going to have to use this button.
Oh, thank you, Papaya.
So in our last session was a nice and easy one to summarize. Our last session was a big combat session where our players were defeating or completing really the Jar of Souls encounter. You guys are familiar with Diablo 3? I think it's also in Diablo 4, but in a much less satisfying nature. Jar of Souls encounters encounter a big old jar, and if you kill things around it, it fills up with their souls, and then the more souls you get, the better loot you get. Or rather, in Diablo 3, it was just you have to complete the thing, and if you complete the thing, you get like a resplendent chest. Whereas in this, I was tracking largely on bulk how many kills these guys got, and then if they got a certain number of kills, they would get a certain amount of loot, like rolling on table, etc. And also, it would determine how many diamonds they got. Diamonds are very important to our players, or one of our players in particular, because diamonds allow them to use
Possibly to the other players.
Yeah, possibly to the other players. Allows them to allows them to do some revivify and all that kind of good stuff. And we were severely lacking in diamonds, partly because we just haven't looked very hard, because we keep forgetting.
Because we keep showing up at these tiny ass towns covered in goop and
I have
shit.
offered
They don't have any
up-
diamonds lying
I have
around.
offered up diamonds along the way, but they've often come with some kind of ultimatum. Like the last diamond that you found had to be given away so you could all get sick tattoos, and you all chose sick tattoos instead of revivify.
Easiest choice of my life.
You also got some loot other than diamonds and gold. You got it was a shit ton of gold. I can't remember precisely how much it was. What's the ledger say?
Oh, no, I didn't have the ledger open. No.
It's a shit ton of gold. But you also got a ring of
3,000.
protection, a long sword with some funky business on it. What was the funky business on the long sword? Did you write it down?
It's
Sword
something
of
about...
wounding.
Yeah,
Sword of
wounding.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Stops things from healing after they've been wounded.
When you said some funky business, I was like, what funky business was there around that sword? Forgetting that you just mean the magic part of
Yes,
it.
it's a funky business sword. And what else did you get? The slippers.
Cloak of protection, slippers.
It was a ring of protection. Or was it a cloak?
Cloak.
No, we already had
There's
a
a
Oh,
cloak,
you
we already
already
had
had
the
a
ring.
ring, but it was a cloak. Okay. It was one of them. cloak of protection, slippers of spider climbing, which I rolled on the table and found hilarious because Randall has been using those for some time now. So we've doubled up on a pretty valuable item, really. And tons of money. We spiced it up a little bit because really our players were just destroying a bunch of skeletons, which are very low-level creatures, but we spiced it up by having millions and millions of them. And also, every time you killed them, they came right back. After your turn, they had an attack against you, and they gained immunity to certain damage types based on the color of the urn. So there was some fun. It wasn't just mindless slaughter of skelly bobs. There was some tricks to it. Cool. Then you guys had a short rest to make sure that you could spend some heal points, and have not yet chosen to have a long rest, as you are currently in a bit of a spooky forest. There's a bit of a short recap. Our players are currently poking around in the King's Forest in Cormier. Don't know if you can hear the alarms. I'm sorry if you can.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble.
You're poking around the King's Forest looking for a dragon, rather the whatever it is that's brought the dragon here, perhaps, or empowering the dragon, so you might put an end to it, kill the dragon, or any other way resolve its living here. And in order to do that, you have to find its lair, poke around, or explore the area a little bit. So that's where you are. It's not a great place to have long rests, because just about everywhere you go seems to be in some way dangerous. Now, maybe we'll find some more of those dangers today, maybe we won't. Cool! At the beginning of our sessions... Wait, what? Jack is going to lose it if we have to do a quest for this dragon.
Yeah.
You
Is
can
it
fight
Popeye that
me.
has the "I've had all I can stand, I can't stand no more" line or whatever? That's Jack.
A big to be fair, a big portion of the upcoming dragon business is sponsored by Papaya. Because a long time ago, Papaya bought me Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, so I have a copy of that book, and that has strongly influenced my design for this whole business. So I'm looking forward to springing some of that shit on you because it's going to be tasty.
We have to put that in the title.
Sponsored by Papaya.
Oh shit, maybe. Put it on the screen, yeah. Hashtag
Papaya's
ad.
Treasury of
sponsored by Papaya, not Roll20.
Papaya loves a good dragon.
Well, we'll see if I can do it justice. I'll try my best. So you guys are being a little bit harassed by dragon, as you've been in this local region. All the way back to Weymouth, you've been harassed by this particular dragon. But we'll deal with that when it appears again. For now, we want to think about our prompts and what's happening at the inn. Our players do a little bit of a prompt at the beginning of our session where we ask a question that we can get ourselves back into the mindset of our characters, and then we also talk about the inn that our players now own a share of, or a large portion of it, and figure out what the fuck's going on over there. So, what's our prompt today?
I'm sorry, Tom, can you read out Jack's message in like a sponsored voice? After you've cleaned your glasses.
My glasses on, so I can see it again.
Yeah,
Unlike Roll20, Papaya doesn't cost us more and more each month, and his buttons are well laid out and intuitive. Papaya
Best
doesn't
compliment I can
randomly
think of.
triplicate our Roll20 attacks for some reason and then never revert it.
I love the idea of complimenting somebody by being like, "Your buttons are so well laid out." What a good button design you have.
Oh my god, your buttons.
It's so intuitive.
They're so intuitive.
I've somehow lost my glasses at my desk.
Oh no.
I literally had
Are they
them
under
on,
your
I
hand?
thought.
They're in your lap.
I've got
I
Komodo
don't
Dragon
know.
as a name. I've written it down. We've still got a bunch of Skelly Boy names to get through.
Okay.
A lot of them.
Are they going to stop making sense now because they're not attached to skelly bones anymore?
Yeah. Or I just have to throw some more skeletons at you, I guess.
Oh man. You want to know the prompt? What are you saying?
Oh, yeah, what's the prompt?
Does your character have any holiday traditions?
I like it.
I'll let you
like
know. I'll let you know Oros.
Go on then.
In the Christmas month, in December even, the circus has all Christmas food. So it's all normal circus foods, but it's all Christmas related. So there'll be like a bunch of gingerbread men as like little snacks instead of donuts, and there'll be turkey hot dogs instead of just normal hot dogs, and stuff like that. If you can think of any other stupid ideas, let me know. That's the only two I can think of.
I love the idea of gingerbread, Oro, and what was his name?
Vince.
Frank?
Vince. Oh, that'd be
Gingerbread, Oro,
so
and Vince's.
Damn it! I'll write it down. That's really cute. That's
Did you get Creative Juices as an NPC name? Oh, was that what? Did you redeem that? I didn't see it. I'll put it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fun.
I like that. Thanks for the reminder. I missed that. Okay.
Can that be the name of like a gelatinous cube?
Creative Juices. Some kind of slime monster. I love it. Okay, cool. Anyone else got some holiday traditions?
Yes. Haiku's family have always liked a good Christmas tree. Problem is, in Hoi Hoi's, they're all palm trees, which are notoriously dreadful for hanging decorations on. So instead, they like decorate their shells with like ornaments and stuff. So they have like twigs and stuff sticking out, but on those stuff is like hanging baubles and like lights. Well, not lights, I suppose, but more like
Jenny's
not at
writing
all
down.
dangerous candles.
Furiously writes notes.
Haiku Christmas tree.
Haiku was Christmas tree that I wrote.
Oh, that's on the back.
Yeah,
Great.
it's on the back. Yeah. Don't worry, in brackets, on back. I love that.
That's so good. Okay, what else we got?
So Randall's is about cooking, where he and his family, and this is at least how he remembers it now. Whether this is actually even real, we don't know.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. But like, it's like a whole family gets together and they do like a whole bunch of baking, and they cook a whole bunch of like mince pies and Christmas cakes and Christmas puddings and like all of the like sweet spice things.
Nice.
They do it as like a big
Very
big
nice.
family.
We like our family doesn't have a big like tradition for that kind of thing, but my mum every year will make the Christmas cake. Like she every year she will make a Christmas cake like on like every single time. And there are only a couple of us that like Christmas cake. So that Christmas cake lasts until like mid-February.
My dad does a similar thing. I think only him and my nan eat it. He makes a full one anyway, but like months in advance. So like I don't know what he does, but
Mature.
yeah, mature.
What kind of
gets better.
cakes are y'all making? That
It's-
last for months.
It's a fruit cake,
Yeah.
and then you like feed it with like brandy once a week for
Yeah.
quite a long time.
To build the flavor and keep it moist.
Yeah.
Feed it.
Can't tell if cake
You
is
actually,
good.
yeah, it's actually
Feed
the
me,
term is
feed
actually
more.
feed it.
Feed me.
Yeah, it actually is.
feed
I only
me.
learned that recently.
Feed it with rum, brandy, or whiskey to build the
Yeah.
flavor and keep it moist.
Man, I make a Christmas cake, but the Christmas cake is just like a vaguely chiffon-esque cake with cranberries in it. No, not weeks and weeks of booze. Let's be real. That's a drunk cake. That's what that is. Anyway, which is fine. I have a good time. I think we would have had a tradition of making lots and lots of little candles, so that on the night of the full moon, we could have had like a little celebration, and we would have done like a gift exchange where like everybody gets assigned one person randomly or something, and the thing you were supposed to do in like your free time over the month is like make a special bespoke gift
Oh.
of some kind for whomever your gift person was.
I love and hate that because I am not a creative person, so the pressure is humongous. If someone's like, "Let's do a creative thing," I'm like, fuck.
Not creative writes an entire years-long campaign with properly foreshadowed things and peppered in lore, and I don't know what I would ever do.
All right, yeah,
You're
okay. I
so
can do a bit of
creative.
writing. I can do a bit of writing, but no one
Do a
wants a
bit.
poem.
of writing.
All right, I want to hear some more stuff. Nerdy.
She just said hers.
What?
Oh, my brain skipped. I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm done.
You were
We're
upset
out.
about being called out on actually being creative.
Yeah, I was like, well, no. When you said what I thought we were describing was, I thought something you were describing something you did. I thought it was
Oh.
something that you did, and I was
No.
like, oh, that's cute. What does Nerly do?
No, that was what Nerly and them would
Oh,
have
I
done.
had a brain fart. Okay.
No, in real life, I was the official food helper and present wrap helper, and I just spent any time I wasn't in school in December helping my mom prepare food or wrap presents. I wrapped, basically she wrapped mine and I wrapped everybody else's. Oh my god, you found my glasses. Where did I leave them? Oh my god, thank you. Did you hear me say that I had lost my glass? Really found my glasses. I left them in the bathroom. Whee!
That's not the one
Thanks,
who
you're
worked
the
at
best.
Roll20, is it?
Wait, no, this is not the Roll20 roommate. No.
Don't want to make any enemies at Roll20.
No, I already
Those guys.
told her about our.
Yeah.
She got a kick out of it. It was really funny.
Okay, good. Right, what's happening at the inn this week?
Okay, this week at the inn, because it's it's December, the inn have started a sort of like advent calendar sort of like thing that's happening. So every day this month till the 25th, there's a new like item on the menu, or there's like a craft event that happens every day. So this week, been added to the menu is hot chocolate, mulled wine, Christmas cake, and pigs in blankets. And the craft events that have happened is they've made gingerbread houses, they've done candle making, and an event of who could be the best Christmas tree.
Wow!
Trying to tie everyone's Christmas character Christmas traditions at the last second. I was like, I could add this to this.
Yeah.
I love that.
So they got a bunch of like local like bakers and like things like that to help with stock.
Your tavern has made a grand total of 14 gold.
Whoa, sick!
It's the big
Good hell.
bucks.
Oh
It's
yeah.
the big bucks. People are spending more time kind of trying to warm themselves up with some alcohol, which is definitely not how alcohol works. And
Feels warm though.
Yeah, just a lovely little time. I love that I'm such a renowned weirdo that fully accepted IRL family celebrated holiday and then full moon. Listen, I've got family members that that are pagans, so that didn't faze me at all.
Yeah, I love
remotely.
that. I love that you're like, oh yeah, you totally handmade candles and celebrated on the full moon.
Yeah,
No,
I
think
was totally behind
it's
that.
great.
I was like, that seems like a Katie thing. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love it.
I was like, maybe it only happened once or twice, but like, I still believe that. Okay. Cool. Okay. In which case, we're recapped and we're in character and we're all together again, getting to play some D&D, which is the real blessing, and getting to share it with our friends in chat. Hi, chat. I feel very blessed that we have our D&D games, that we've got a reliable group that we can get together every week or many weeks. But we're also privileged to have our Twitch chat with us. It's nice to have people who are interested in hanging out with us and listening to the stupid, goofy shit we do. Even if I make a story that is impossible to follow because it is, it's just too complicated. Anyway,
No, it's not.
It's not impossible for us to follow.
You guys have finished your long rest. That's where I leave you. You are surrounded by the bones of
Short rest?
the fallen.
Long rest.
Oh, sure, a short rest.
Yeah.
Definitely not a long rest. It's a short rest.
I mean, we can change it to be a
surrounded by
long
the
rest.
bones. Nope. Surrounded by the bones of your fallen enemies. And you've been spending some time picking up gold pieces that erupted from the jar as Haiku kicked it over. You have able to tuck them all away, picked up all your loot. Have you decided who's getting what?
Randall had the slippers. I feel like someone was going to wear the cloak of protection.
I think I
Neurally,
even wrote down
wasn't
who had it. Neurally has
Okay.
the cloak of
Okay.
protection.
No one's
Yeah,
gonna-
because I was like, I'll take the ring, and we had that moment where Haiku was like, bit difficult for me to wear a cloak, and I was like, oh yes, you take the ring, I'll take the cloak.
Oh dear me.
No one had the sword, I don't think.
No,
I don't
I
use
still
a
have that down.
sword.
Isn't it like a long sword or something?
It is a longsword, yeah.
Yeah. It's not really usable by. Well, I suppose Aura can use a long sword.
I think she's technically capable of using it, but she'd have to drop one of her other weapons. So either the hand crossbow or the scimitar, which is also a flame tongue. So it's
Cool.
tough. It's a tough choice. Tough choice to make.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get loot that you can't use. One of the first magical items you ever found was a halberd that has not been touched, maybe ever.
Do we still
since.
have it? Probably somewhere.
It's not in the list of things I have.
It, I mean, it's
Okay,
definitely something
you've
you were
had
given.
a magical item this entire time, and you haven't, disclaimed it or You've
That's the
not
kind of
told
stuff
Haiku about it.
The tax collector's already got on your case against undisclosed magical items.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, imagine if that was part of adventuring life, was when you retire, you have to get rid of those because they're such a heavy tax burden if you're not using them anymore. And that's why the magic items just end up out in the world, because they just get like dumped somewhere. Adventurers, like in their last dungeon, they're like, and this is for the next guy. Like,
Yeah, I believe that
I
now.
like that. I've got the names. Hi Noko.
Oh,
Yes. So we've distributed some goodies. But yes, you absolutely did have a halberd. It was one of the very first magical items you
Yeah,
ever
and
given.
I was tempted to pick it as my Kenzai weapon, but
Yeah.
it turns out you can't pick a halberd because it's got too much reach, I think.
Oh.
And it would be
those
ridiculous.
bitches.
I just like I just don't want to have it so that all of your items feel curated. Like I've sat there and gone through all the books and picked specifically good items for you. It's nice to have a bit of a random spread.
I mean, I would like
Yeah.
I'm not against that.
I mean, some of the items I might pick specifically for you, but I like to have some, random junk that you can sell
that.
Or just forget that we have.
or animate. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, because it's heavy and Kenzai weapons can't be heavy. That'll be it.
Ah, there you go.
Oh.
Silly.
Okie dokie. So you guys have done a short rest. You're surrounded by a little bit of fog. It's starting to roll back in after it kind of separated and formed a wall around you. Still pretty dense in the forest. It's hard to tell what time it is because it's pretty much perpetually nighttime where you are. Pardon me. But surrounded by a bunch of bones doesn't feel like the safest place to have a long rest. It's also still not that late in the day. So again,
Okay.
hard to tell.
But hard to tell. It's not that late.
It's hard to tell by the sun because you can't see it.
Yeah,
but
no, I know.
it's it's body clock.
We don't feel tired enough for a long rest yet.
Mm.
Okay.
What if we do like a bunch of star jumps?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
run
I should
around.
go for a long
Tiredness
rest.
levels.
Mm.
Star jumps, I'm assuming, are the like your hands go up and you're okay.
Oh, would you
Star
call them
jumps.
jumping
That's a way
jacks?
cuter. Yeah, jumping jack.
Um,
Star Jumps is a way cuter name for it. I like that.
It's cute. Okay, well, should we just carry on the way we were going before?
I don't think we have a choice, really. I mean, well, we could turn back. Let's
Yeah.
go back. We'll just pick a new quest.
Go to a different part of the world.
Someone else will do all this eventually, surely. Right?
You know, I want to believe that that would happen, but something tells me that it would not happen.
No, surely there are other competent adventuring groups outside of us. Are we just
They
that
can
we ever met
remember
them?
that the dragon exists.
True. What if we just forget purposely? No problem. We should probably get going.
You guys ready
Which
to
way are
move?
we going? Which way do we go?
Why don't we just like
Nerly
hugging-
points at the mountain in the distance.
I thought it was foggy.
I mean,
thought
there is a dense layer of fog, but there is a vague silhouette of the mountain that you can
Okay.
just about see. Only because the fog is still kind of rolling back in after it was sort of cleared during the fighting. Partly due to huge explosions, partly due to the magical nature of the urn. Did
Rattlesnake
Haiku have something?
used to.
Oh well, were we not hugging like the edge of a cliff? Because there was that like
Mhm.
huge crevasse, wasn't there? Or have we gone past that now?
I mean, you'd kind of moved past that particular kind of sunken landmass.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. All right. Well, each of you are on the road again, or rather, not really a road. At best, it's a path through some trees. Is like what's our party looking like when they're traveling? Is Oro on Nugget flying ahead, or
I mean, occasionally I might be like, oh, hold up, let me go have a look, and I'll come like right back down. But I don't want to be like traveling separately at any point, like going forward. Just like stop here, I'll go look and come back.
sure? Okie dokie.
I feel like I'm
Um,
doing my best to like talk about how things used to be and how we would normally have gotten like up to this mountain to try to like offer whatever pointers might be helpful and guidance.
Nice.
Fantastic. Okay. Right. So, as you are traveling, eventually, is the song still playing? It's still playing. It's just got to the point of the song where there's absolutely no sound. So, why include it? Who knows? You eventually start to.
God.
Oh my god, intense! Suddenly, it's intense.
Suddenly what?
You eventually stumble across what looks like some dense roots that are wrapped around the base of like a stone structure. The foliage at the top of the roots, as it starts to kind of, I want to say blossom, but it kind of it grows out of it instead. Around this particular structure, it's quite like I'd say vertical. It's a what looks like maybe a statue, but it's leaning on its side as if it had been kind of buried almost. Some of the base is definitely obscured by being sunken into the ground, but roots have grown up and surrounded the entire structure. It's really difficult to kind of see anything about it at all, apart from that it is a humanoid figure. The roots themselves are quite dried, desiccated, and thick. The path continues onwards if you'd like to
What?
continue.
Wait, I want
but,
So is it like, you know how there's usually like a plaque in front of a statue? Is there like roots covering where that would be?
it's hard to tell. You can do an investigation check or something if you'd like.
Yeah.
Perception check if you prefer.
Anyone want to help? Yeah.
I'll help.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. How are you
I was gonna
helping?
say,
I'm just gonna like with Haiku's strength just kind of like pull the roots to one side if they need to be shuffled around.
Okay. All right. So that'll be an investigation check then.
22 and then a
Plus
1d4.
yeah.
3.
Lovely.
Hell
25.
yeah.
Or, as we know from Baldur's Gate The extra guidance can always turn the tide.
Hmm.
Oh, baby. Fantastic. Okay, well, 25. Your help kind of pulling the vines aside does reveal the base of the statue, but you note that the base of it appears to be like fully sunken into the ground, including the plaque. In fact, it actually looks like where the plaque should be is completely missing. The base of the statue cuts off at kind of the lower legs. You can see that there is some kind of like supposed to be like maybe plate mail around one of the legs, or at least plated clothing. And once it's kind of sunken into the ground, maybe the base, the big stone base of it is missing itself.
Do I remember this existing in this forest?
Nope, not even remotely.
Wait, so like the base has been broken off?
It is not on a base.
Oh. But like, does it look like it was meant to be on one?
Yes.
Did we cast mending on it to get the base back?
You can try.
I would like to try.
There is a strange resonant pulse. There's not like violent in any way, but you can sense that it's not going to be possible to fix this particular statue. You suspect that it is not so much that the base and the plaque have been destroyed, but they are separated.
Ooh.
Well, I did all I could.
Okay.
I'm out of ideas.
Does this statue have any other like recognizable things on it that isn't the plate mail?
You
sort
can
of
keep
like a-
removing roots if you fancied.
Yeah.
I will help.
You want to probably do it, Mr. I've got qualms of
Oh, I'll
strength.
Just use that to
It'll be a
remove
strength
it.
check, please. Oh, Jenny's turned into pixels. Oh my god.
Oh,
But you
okay.
were being helped.
Yeah. You can roll again.
Oro said you were being helped, so okay. Thank you. All right, so you managed to tug and pull at some of the roots that are growing around this particular statue, and they are ripped. They are ripped from the base, but they only go up to about the chest. The rest of the kind of torso and up is still obscured. One of the arms is up, right? You can kind of see, and the other is down at the kind of like a belt, like hand on their side, and you can see that they have a belt with a buckle on it. And the buckle looks like the logo of the Purple Dragon Knights.
Mm-hmm.
it's fucking Caspian, isn't it? I knew
It's the Caspian statue that went missing. Right.
Wait, from
The one right
From Nesmith.
from Nesmith that was there, and then it's gone. Like,
Tom.
we have to keep going and check.
Yeah. Okay.
What is obscuring the face?
More roots.
Okay.
I
You
want
just
to
rolled a
climb
16.
straight to the top and clear the face.
Okay. Roll me another strength check, please.
Helping.
Guidance.
I got it this time, right?
Hey, you got help, which
22.
means you get a second roll. Go for it.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay.
22.
So you tug at the roots and you manage to pull them apart. Some of them are thicker than others. At least as you start pulling them apart, you look at someone who is very familiar to you. They've got very similar features to you, in fact. The one thing that is, well, the two defining things that differentiate you from the model of this statue in front of you is a big mustache and an actual set of hair.
Rude.
Baldness does skip a generation, typically.
It's Caspian. It's gotta be. Look.
Papa.
Papa!
Wait, then
But
how
if this
did he...
is here,
Yeah, how did he get here?
Does that mean the other stuff is here?
What do you mean other stuff?
Well,
All the
like,
things that have disappeared and gone forgotten.
Like the
or worse,
butler.
where are we?
The butler.
Atticus?
Atticus.
Atticus, maybe Atticus is here.
Oh my god.
Maybe they weren't just disappearing. Maybe they were being taken to the Shadowfell.
Yeah, but that would mean we're in the Shadowfell.
Are we in the Shadowfell? Can we check to make sure we're not?
I think we'd already well established that there was deep Shadowfell energy that had morphed the entire landscape.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean we're
Is
in it.
there a roll that I can do?
I get a
What's my
plane check?
Shadowfell check? Plane check's much better. It's that game. How's it going?
I think because we were able
Nick.
to determine the. Didn't we literally do that though? Didn't we like determine that the
mean,
energy was very?
You've got to, yeah. I mean, it's been part
Shadowfell's
of
the
your
color of
like,
their energy.
partly through your conversations with people like Huck and Earl. You kind of put one on one together, and it's all. And I mean, even Thistle contributed to your understanding that this place had been pretty fucked up by shadow energy, and she
Yeah.
even discussed with you that there's got to be some kind of source.
And we assumed it was the dragon. And I wonder. Huh.
Are we in the Shadowfell? If we're in the Shadowfell, you have to tell me.
Okay, well, I guess we better see if we can find anything else up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there a bunch of like stuff laying around in this area, or is that the only thing here?
You can roll me an investigation check if you like.
I help.
I would love to. Yeah, no, I would love to
there-
help.
Is there a
Oro had this
bakery
thought.
somewhere?
I help. I help. Guidance.
Investigation.
What's that?
We've
21?
well established at this point that Nerly is the one who wonders the things aloud and then helps other people look around at stuff. 'Cause she's not so great at looking around at stuff.
I really like the idea that Nerly like maybe doesn't quite say the thing, but says something close enough that leads someone else to the idea. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm,
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like she'll be like, "It's not A, it's not B," and someone else goes, "It's C."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There doesn't appear to be anything here that you can pull out of the roots or anything that you find identifiable.
Okay, not here, but maybe we should keep carrying on. Although maybe be wary of it starting to look like breadcrumbs, and we're gonna get trapped under some kind of box.
Just like a shadowy area and like a really cool looking sword, and you like walk in and some giant pulls like a string and you're just trapped in a box with a magic item.
Damn it!
Damn it again.
Love you again. Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh my god, yeah, I love the idea that Nerly just like doesn't realize that she's just wondering things aloud too. And
Right, well, let's. Are we continuing on?
Yes.
Continuing on the
Unless you-
railroad of
Wait,
fun,
hold on.
small
Before we go-
encounters that Tom's
Before
got.
we go, I'll be like, Randall, seeing as you're so strong now, do you want to put that whole ass statue in the bag of holding? Just wondering before we leave.
I don't think it'll fit.
This thing is like 9 feet tall, solid stone.
How much
It's
does it
strong.
weigh?
doesn't matter how
But-
tall it is, only matters how big around it is, because we can just slide the bag over it.
Exactly.
It's a Mary Poppins shit. The bag can be upside down, it's fine.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
How much
Okay,
does it
damn.
weigh?
I don't know, man.
Just put it on hiker's shelf.
Give me a number.
It's a ton.
How much is that in pounds?
More than 600 or
Oh,
500 or
oh,
whatever.
okay.
Hmm
God damn.
Do you want to levitate it?
Yeah, then we could just push
Yeah.
it along with us, you know?
Push it
Well,
at the
how
dragon.
long does levitate last for?
I honestly don't know. I've never had to use it for that long.
A good long while, I think.
Uh,
Better use for it.
10 minutes.
Position it towards Nesmith and just push really hard. And then
Yeah.
just like,
Use like thunder wave. Just like accelerate it.
mhm.
Oh, that's so silly.
I love the idea that they're all having this conversation and like, could we float it? Could we take it with us? Could we put it in the bag? And Nerly like pulls out the map and unfurls it and tries to like figure roughly where they're at and like makes a little note. Statue here, maybe.
What if we don't take all of it?
Just the mustache.
I was going to say
Or
the whole head, but yeah. Just
I love the idea of
recognisable
taking
part.
just the mustache and giving it to Randall.
There you go,
Have a
Randall.
stone mustache.
Get the hair as well, then. Stone wig.
Right.
Like a Lego set of hair.
I think you just want to take scalps from everything, including the statues.
I really love the
I'll-
idea
I'll
of
puke
Randall
after
just having some Lego hair that you can stick on.
It's his disguise. You'll never recognize
Just
me.
slowly puts it on. Everything is awesome.
I mean, he's got that strength now. His neck can hold it up.
True.
Fuck it out.
Okay, no, we better get going. We better just carry on.
Yep.
I'll regret not getting the mustache, but we can move on.
Maybe we can come back for it.
Yeah.
When we
Okay.
decide to leave, she holds up the map and is like, I tried to mark where I think it would be.
Smart.
Roll it back up.
So, at this point, we are getting closer and closer to the kind of the base of the mountain. It's still difficult to determine just how long it would take you to get to where Nurali would recognize as kind of the entrance to kind of the complex where she would have otherwise lived as a child. But you know that you're getting closer. So it's nice to know that you're not just running on the spot and the mountains aren't getting further away or something. But as you are progressing, you find a pool that is familiar to you. It's a small pond that you've passed many times before on your way down to your previous lodge, and it's kind of like the base of a small like trickling, like a very small stream, which is just just kind of naturally fills up with like water from the mountain. And it is often, or was for you, a very good place to kind of find flowers. Like they grow around the outskirts of it, and it was like one of your favorite places to come when you were a youngling, because you'd find little like frogs and tadpoles living in the pond and that kind of thing. However, the surface is kind of like a glassy black.
Like oil slick or just like weirdly reflective?
Give me a perception check.
Well,
Okay. Okay.
Fly came. Maths. No, not in this chat.
Oh,
Okay,
it's Sunday.
I would like both you and Oro to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh shit.
Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
throw.
Oh good, we both made 11.
Oh.
Well, at least you're in it together.
I have a
could save one of
D6.
you.
I have a D6 from Papaya, I think, don't I?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
Save me D6. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
I think that's all I've got.
I do have one more point of luck, so I'll use that.
I want to use my favorite, but God.
Was it a wisdom? Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, for the love of Jesus Christ above. Fucking hell.
No, I'm gonna save that for the dragon. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, well, I love the idea that like Nerly again says something and she and like Oro kind of like look over the side.
Yeah. Okay. I cannot believe that the current conversation is chat is about different types of tongues. I regret using the
What you've
word
done.
ton. I also didn't know there were multiple different types of ton
I knew
until
there were
today.
more. I think there were 2 tons. 2 tons. I didn't realize there were 3 tons.
Oh,
That's
wow.
too
All
many.
you had to say was £499, and we would have avoided this entire situation.
That's pretty
No.
cheap.
Yeah, I could have said 501 and it would have also been fine.
All right.
Okay.
Particular.
I knew that y'all spelled it differently, but I didn't know that that was because, or that there is a different spelling, but I didn't know that that was because it
It's
was a
heavy.
different weight.
It's heavy.
Same
if I
as
see
gallons.
another person say the word ton in chat, I'm typing.
Oh my god, you did one.
What
Now-
about if we're saying we're going to have a ton of fun tonight? Go on, time me out. Time out a player.
It didn't say it in
You're not
chat.
in chat. Yeah.
We're immune.
He goes straight into- Okay. So the water itself is, when I describe it as glassy, what I really mean is that it sort of has reflections almost, but only in a weird kind of like spectral way, and it doesn't appear to have any ripples. Okay, it appears to just be kind of like you can sort of tell that it's fluid, and it doesn't look dense, but it's dark. And the both of you have this indescribable urge to kind of just get a little bit closer to it, and maybe to just have a little drink.
Is there enough time to put my body in between them two and
No.
this liquid?
I'm gonna say that there is no reason for you to feel like they are going to endanger themselves, because they are just moving towards some funky looking water. You might have
Even after our past experiences with
listen.
Randall,
Look,
Hey.
It's so it just
It happens.
Can't judge
It's a
people.
slippery slope.
When she go goop.
I'm not
Sometimes
going to
the call
say
of the
that you
void,
can't
know?
stop them. I'm just going to say that it's going to be a little bit. You're going to have to, go along with it for a little bit before you get an opportunity to try and stop them, because they haven't really revealed their intentions to you yet.
Yeah, I feel like Nerly sees the pool and is like in the middle of telling them a story about, her picking flowers around it and listening to frogs croak or whatever, and then is like, oh, and it looks so sad now. What is that? And so Oro and I are like looking, how compulsive is this drink urge? Is this like stick face in pond, or is this like reach down with hand to taste it?
It's reach down with hand and to sup.
Okay. So I think that's probably the point at which you would be able to figure out something weird is going on when Nerly's like
Maybe it's
fully
something even
reached in.
like Nori even says something to the effect of like, oh, the water here just used to be so fresh and so like kind of like rejuvenating, like it just the best place, and you kind of just go for like a nice
Your
little...
mountain snow water. It was so delicious.
They learned from Randall, so they hide it better. That's so funny.
Oro gets a really curly, one of those really curly straws out of her backpack and just like pulls it out.
Oh my
puts
god,
it
I
in the
love
water.
it.
like out of some kind of mini scabbard.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It has to spin on the way out though to get it out. Like roll winds in.
Okay, so Nerly and Oro move a little bit closer to this kind of glassy water.
Excuse me.
Oh
Have a
no.
nice little sip. You bend down to the water, and you see yourselves, but you see yourselves as almost like a ghostly form of yourself. You see your own reflection, but you see that it's kind of like wispy and white, as opposed to like the normal color of yourself, and you can see that there is like a smoky, spectral nature to it. And Nerily, you kind of bend down to like get a cup of water in your mouth, and Oro's got a little straw out. Is anyone trying to interfere with this in any way?
Wait, what are you guys doing?
Do we know to like?
There is no reason for you to stop just because he's asking you what you're doing. As far as you're concerned, this
As I'm
looks
drinking,
tasty.
I'm like,
But no, that's my thing. You can't have it.
I love the idea that
Okay.
Ren is trying to reason with us, so I feel like she ends up with some of it in her mouth by that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. I was expecting something a little bit more forceful than asking politely.
You don't get to
what-
drink goop. That's my thing.
Hi, Carl. It's really nice to see you. Thank you very much for the generous donation.
I was literally just
you.
talking about you last night, Carl. I miss you.
Aw.
Mhm.
Whenever I like, because sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes I'll have like I'll click on the viewer list or someone in Jenny's chat. I'm just curious. I'm just a curious guy.
oh.
And if I ever see Carl in there, I'm like, I want to talk to Carl. I want to say hello to him. I want to have a conversation with Carl, but I don't want to call him out. You know,
Mhm. Carl's so cool.
Carl's a cool guy.
Haiku needs to invest in a spray bottle.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
When we're
Stop.
doing like we're trying to pick up another quest. Trying to drink weird goop.
Talking
just
to
gonna
NPCs that might ask for something.
telekinetically shove one of you away, but that works as well.
Okay, in which case I'd like for both of you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom
At
saving
disadvantage.
throw. Why
Oh.
can't I roll any good? Wisdom save. Oh, good. I'm so glad. With the disadvantage.
Okie dokie. All right. Is that those the final values that we're rolling with?
I ain't got nothing to add to 'em.
Okay. All right.
I already used my dice, and a 5 can't be saved anyway. So.
It's a toughie. Okie dokie. Fantastic. So that's a 5 and an 11. So the two of you who are watching your friends sup from this this very
I feel like it's
suspicious
happening
fluid.
pretty fast at the moment. All right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty quick. Like I'm not saying that they're just taking their time and getting their straws out. Don't mind me.
Desperate times call desperate measures. Can I just barrel myself into them too?
I mean, you can, but it's a bit too late now. When I say so, there was the initial kind of they're drinking from it now. Like it's they're sopping away. You witnessed your two friends start to drink from this, and you maybe are you gonna grab them and stop them, or are you just happy with them drinking away?
No.
Stop them.
Okay, well, you grab them
Yeah.
and stop them, and you turn them, and you see that both of their eyes have turned to reflect this similarly kind of glassy blackness, right? You
Brilliant.
can't see their eyes anymore. It's just a
Give it a little
blackness.
squeeze.
Good party mates.
themselves.
The little squeeze.
This is wrong. I shouldn't be stopping others from doing stupid things. It's not the right way. I don't
Oh, I
know
thought
what
you
to
meant you
do.
shouldn't be stopping them, as in like, why am I stopping them? Not, you shouldn't be stopping them because you're the one doing them.
That's so funny.
It's like the two
People
kids
make
have
their
been
own
like,
mistakes.
what, we gotta fucking deal with the adults now? I'm the child.
Yeah. I drink the goop.
Split up the button pusher and non-button pusher group. We're half and half. Everything's chaos. Nothing is right.
So yeah, both of you have kind of these kind of clear but black eyes. Like there's no like you can't see any pupils. It's just your entire eye is just all black. And there's a strange kind of etherealness to the world around you. You see the world as it is. You see the color or rather the lack thereof where you currently are, but the shades between. But you also see kind of like a strange smoky aura around each of your friends. And you see as you're kind of looking around you that everything is just a little bit more intense, but like in an almost haunting way. You hear the scutter of a creature in the underbrush, the kind of like the kind of the call of a bird in the distance kind of is sharp and painful more than anything else. And you can feel kind of the creaking of roots almost underneath in the ground. You currently have blind sight and tremor sense.
Upgrade water.
Sensory overload.
Yeah, sensory
Oh my
overload.
god, yeah. This is just the neurodivergent experience.
But you can also kind of like hear a whisper that's kind of just in the back of your head.
That's probably fine.
You can't quite hear what the words are saying, but
What?
and every now and again you just pick up on one word in particular, and it's just the word alone. It just kind of comes out. Every now and again, it's just like it kind of comes out the woodwork.
Are they T-posing?
Are they T-posing?
Yeah.
You both do the T-pose at the same time.
Jenny and I have so many in sync moments like that, and I love watching them and like the clips and the highlight
so
videos and
good.
stuff.
So as far as you guys can't see, like innately, that your eyes are just covered in blackness from yourselves. But what you are witnessing is that both of you roll me Arcana checks separately.
Okay.
I'm not good at this
Oh, sorry.
either.
It was a 20,
Okay, the 20.
which is surprising.
Jenny, you suspect, or Oro, you suspect that you are seeing into the ethereal plane.
Okay.
So for Oro, as someone, Oro is not super well versed in the ethereal plane. But she is versed with kind of an element of mysticism from her upbringing with Hilda.
Right.
And she would have mentioned kind of a plane that surrounds us that is kind of the realm of ghosts and spirits from beyond, that kind of thing. And that's how you recognize it. It may not be the most accurate description, but it is the way that Hilda has kind of described it to you, and that's how you kind of envision what you're seeing right now.
Right. Cast blink, can I wave to these two? So I'm suddenly aware that I can see a new plane of existence.
So I mean, you're both seeing these like ghostly trails around everything that you do, like an aura almost.
Right.
And to you, that says, "Oh, this is what Hilda was referring to all those years ago." I can't remember maybe what it's called. I think she maybe called it like the ethereal something. And maybe that will trigger something else in someone else, like one of the other party members might be able to get something from that.
Okay. Do I feel? Do you want me to decide, or do you want to tell me if I'm feeling like ill from drinking that? If I feel like a little bit like, bleh, or like.
Yeah, you can tell me really. Maybe it's not even consistent for both of you, but you having suddenly access to tremor sense means that you can feel like you essentially have the ability to feel vibrations in the world around you to a very acute level. So if you had your eyes closed, you'd still know what was going on, as long as it wasn't like someone silently gliding along. And that can, and kind of like a heightened, but not really a heightened sense of hearing, but like it's almost like the senses are sharpened, but like in an overtuned, almost painful way. It's not even necessarily that your hearing is better, it's just that everything's turned up to a way that's kind of hurts a little bit. Like the volume's up, but the sensitivity isn't.
Aura puts her fingers in her ears.
I did it again.
You both do that.
Yeah. I think that Nerly would have a similar reaction where she kind of like looks confused, covers ears for a second, looks around, and then at some point we'll look at everyone and just say, "Can you hear that whispering?"
I hear it. I hear it. I hear everything. Too much juice. Too much juice.
Haiku goes running up to help.
Sure. What is it you want to do?
Oh, well, I didn't think that far ahead. I think it's quite
I'm going to help.
The queen.
I'm here.
Quite fitting.
You can hear lights.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear us?
Ah, yes.
Aura?
And every step
Nerly?
you take. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep, yep, yep.
Step you take.
You're looking.
Your eyes.
Yeah?
What about them?
What?
Well,
Yes.
well, how would you describe them, Randall?
They look like that pool over there.
Yeah. I didn't really want to say, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it turned my
Haiku's
eyes
shell jingling with all the stuff on them.
Yeah.
Thumping
Yeah.
feet on the ground.
yeah,
Stop
every
moving.
single item.
I think it's totally legitimate to be overwhelmed. I think Nerly is more like in wonderment, but like an eye squitchy, like it kind of hurts, but this is so interesting, you know.
Uh-huh. I don't think that rangers have access to any spells like this, but does anyone else have any spells that access the ethereal plane in any way? I know that Blink does,
Oh, I'm sure sorcerers do.
but have you used any or learned any?
Ethereal plane.
It's not so much is it on your class list, it's have you had it learned or prepared at any point?
Nope.
I don't think so, unless like the teleportation circle spell
No, I wouldn't necessarily say.
would.
I mean,
yeah.
there may be an element of that, but it wouldn't be.
But it's like if I found a sigils for a circle in the ethereal plane, you know. But it's not like
Sure.
you just go there.
Well,
the closest
so
thing-
Haiku would.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you guys were able to describe it effectively,
Yeah.
would be able to pick up on what the ethereal plane looked like.
Yeah, or I
Yeah.
would say that.
And they've used it as well before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or it was like, it's like held. It's like Mom said. You're all like ghostly and like, what is it? What's the word? Heaven.
Evan.
Ethereal.
Ethereal.
Yeah, that one. I don't know what it really
I
means,
can
but
hear
it's-
you breathe.
Or holds a breath.
You don't have to
Oh.
stop. That would be bad.
So I mean, so Randall, wait, your tattoo allows you to go intangible, incorporeal, but that's not quite
Incorporeal.
ethereal, is it?
No.
No.
It's
It
just
doesn't take
called
you to
ethereal step. I think we've
Yeah.
had this before
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we're like, oh, you're in the ethereal plane. Like, no, actually.
No, it's not. You just become incorporeal. I can't say that word. I'm going to stop.
Incorporeal.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, no.
It's a
not
trick
happening.
word. It's a trick one.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the
Upon
touching.
hearing ethereal, would Haiku be able to figure out what's happening? Would that be enough of a prompt?
Yeah, you can roll me an Arcana check. I'll even give you advantage on it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, nice. This will be good.
That's because of Oro's previous success.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay, so you know that in the grand scheme, I mean, you know about the existence of multiple planes. You've been to the Feywild, right?
Oh yeah.
You are aware of the ethereal plane as it's a little bit like. So if the Feywild is a mirror world, and the Shadowfell is a mirror world, you've got kind of like this, lively, exaggerated Feywild, and the kind of dulled down, kind of, almost evil opposite of the Feywild as the Shadowfell. The ethereal plane is more kind of like a layer on top of the world that you're currently in. It's a layer on top of it, which is a little bit like things can exist there that don't necessarily have to interact with the material plane where you currently are. So the way that Hilda described it isn't completely inaccurate. Spirits can live in the ethereal plane. Anything that really wants to move itself to the ethereal plane can do so with enough magical means. When you are on the ethereal plane, you can kind of imagine it a little bit like in Lord of the Rings, when the ring is on.
Yes.
Right? And everything kind of just turns into this kind of spooky, spectral ghost plane. That's the ethereal plane. So it exists as a layer on top of the material plane, but superimposed.
Okay. I will report my findings to Randall. I
And
think
Sauron can see you.
they can. I don't think they can see us two necessarily. At least, not how we currently are. They can see into the ethereal plane.
Oh.
Wait, can I see them, or can I just hear them?
So you can see them. You're able currently to see the material plane and the ethereal plane at the same time. So the wispy kind of nature of the auras around you, that is kind of like, the element of you that travels into the ethereal plane.
Oh, so you can
think
see
it's
us as well.
both.
Yeah, I can see where you're all like ghostly-ish.
Oh,
You got that like magical nature about you, you know?
It's like you're a painting with a lot of errant strokes.
Okay.
Get me out. Get me out.
I'm thinking.
I think this is a bad thing.
Maybe it will wear off in a little while.
Maybe it will wear off. What type of problem solving is that, Randall?
Look, I'm normally causing the problem. I don't know.
Yeah, you are. Well, now we're on the other side. Get pull yourself together.
I got some poison antidote. Something grants immunity to disease.
I mean, if they've
I'm
already
immune
got
to
the
disease, so I could drink it, and if it doesn't affect me, then it's a disease. And then we'll know how to fix it.
No, don't do
If
Randall's
it's
strong is
situation,
really moving into the himbo territory now of being super like smart but thick.
Like I see your line of logic, and it's sound, if dangerous.
I don't think we should be doing that, Randall. Because if then you three are into this vision, then it's just me and Nugget, and I don't think we're going to be able to solve this between the two of us. I mean, Nerly, you got any ideas? But you sound like you kind of want to stay like that.
I think this could be really useful. We don't know what else the dragon might have changed about the landscape, and I can hear everything in like in a way that makes me feel like nothing could get by me without me noticing.
Speaking of, roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, good.
With advantage.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm just concerned about.
They've been chewing 5 gum.
I am just concerned about different plane shenanigans, like in the
So
Feywild.
Oh my god,
That's
I
what
forgot about
Haiku
the
is
5 gum
concerned about.
commercials.
Understandable.
Yeah. I don't think we're leaving this plane. 22 perception.
Okay. So you notice 2 things. One of them is a lot more concerning than the other. I mean, it depends. Subjectively, it might be that they're both equally concerning. I don't know. So, as you look up at the mountain, you can see that it itself is emanating a huge kind of spectral energy. You can kind of see that there's this wavy, inky, kind of like spindly aura that's emanating from the mountain itself. But you also notice something in the kind of the corner of your eye. As you're kind of just looking around, you kind of you almost like you sense the flap of a wing. Not a huge dragon wing, but a tiny little wing. And you look down at your kind of your robe, and you see that a small moth has settled on your leg.
Is it a Luna moth?
It is a lunar moth.
I want to
But
gently...
you actually notice that there
Okay.
are several of them surrounding each of you.
Does anyone else see the moths?
Do I see
Do we
them
see the
all?
mods?
There are several moths of various types, various breeds, thick and thin, that are kind of slowly flapping their way around you, and some of them are gently resting upon you. Some of them are fluttering at your feet.
Why are
Did
there so
me and
many
Randall
mods?
see them?
Yeah, do we see?
No,
Oh,
Yeah, I see
what
them.
moth?
I see them. They're all over. They're all around us.
I want to try to like gently scoop up the Luna moth and do like a hello little friend kind of moment.
kind of just slowly beats its wings.
I love moths. They remind me of Selene. Because
There's
they're out at
nothing-
nighttime.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there to us.
Maybe they're in the ethereal plane.
They're seeing two worlds on top of each other, effectively.
Is any of this ringing any bells for me? Like lunar moths or moths and ethereal plainness and
Roll me a history check with disadvantage,
yeah.
Yeah.
unless you want to use your book. In which case, I'll
like-
give you advantage.
Like as Randall is wait, I don't know what that word is. Talking about that. It's just like one hand is on the book, just like but he doesn't use it.
Do I
Yeah,
notice this hand on the book?
Perception
know.
check.
Do you want to do a perception
It's
check?
not. He's not doing it like super sneakily, but he's also not
do.
doing it super obviously. It's just sort of like a natural,
Mm.
just sort of like naturally like puts his hand there, ready.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Haiku notices.
I'm just gonna look Randall dead in the eyes.
Fireball.
No.
No. Yeah. I don't. I don't
I
think I
did
remember anything.
say guidance, but I don't
No.
know that the 7's gonna really be helped. I feel like Nerly's version, because she could like hear Randall touch the book. Right now. So she just like reaches over and like moves his arm and casts guidance at the same time, like, you don't need that. Not now.
Turns out.
You might.
Turns out,
No, he
would
did
have
need it.
succeeded.
Maybe it is needed. Who knows?
Nope, no bells are ringing.
No, I don't. I don't think I know anything. It's not coming to me right now.
Do I actually? It occurs to me. I feel like completely accurate that Nerly would just associate moths with Selene because they come out at nighttime, and would probably like moonlight and stuff like that. But can I think of any like religious significance that they might have?
Roll me
Is Selene
a
otherwise?
religion check.
Because I very easily could see. Oops, didn't mean to roll with advantage.
So-
19.
Okay, so that's a 19. Is that your final roll?
Yeah.
Okay, moderate the amount of information I give you. You are aware that the teachings that you have heard about moths may not be consistent with every other Selûnite.
Okay.
You are aware that moths are a point of contention between Selûnites and Sharites, or Sharan worshippers.
Oh.
That both of them lay claim to moths.
Well, they are sisters.
That is the limit of what I'm able to give you with the 19.
Okay.
Shartists.
And Randall said you couldn't think of any stories. I'm assuming.
No, I can't think of anything.
I don't know any stories, but I always felt like moths were inherently tied to Selenite. But some people might say that they're more associated with. And she kind of like looks at the book, looks around.
Oh.
Her. I just think they're too pretty to be associated with her.
So there's a 50-50 chance.
Are the moths just being calm and like?
Yeah, they're not. There's nothing. They're, quite comfortably, leisurely, flapping around you or resting on you.
They're not
There's a weird sense of. Give me an insight roll.
Okay.
Char is too cringe for moths to be her thing. It's true.
19.
Okay. There is a. You feel like a degree of ownership over the moths.
Ooh.
Like something about them feels a bit personal.
Are the moths around each of us, including Haiku and Randall?
Yeah.
How many moths? Like, does some people have more moths? Are they like different types of moths depending on who it is, or is everyone?
Yeah. So the moths all. I mean, give me a perception check then.
Just normal
Surely with
perception.
advantage because of all that extra sight
Just not
being
perception
present.
roll.
19
I mean, you still rolled great. Jesus Christ.
Still have a 12.
Plus
My lord.
12. I
So
fucking
many
love it.
19s or something so close to. Look at this, 3 19s in a row.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
really is.
It's so close to the 20s.
Except I only have a +4, so.
Yeah, it's a better roll.
So you see that there are varying numbers. You note that the moths tend not to. You've not seen any moths leave one person and go to another person. They are various breeds, and unless you're going to sit there and count individually how many moths there are on each person, you know that there are probably varying amounts. But to what degree, it's difficult to say because they're floating around the place. Some of them are identical.
We all have our own moths. You two did it in sync that time. It was like
Damn it.
perfectly in sync. Wow.
This party has 2 brain cells and then look like between
One for
glossy
y'all, one
eyes
for
and
us.
non-glossy eyes.
We're no longer the button pushers and the not button pushers. We're the glossy eyes and the non-glossy eyes.
Oh, we've got her.
Regular eyes.
I'm not allowing Randall to be an honorary button pusher.
But I mean, we've all got like a sort of similar amount. There's like varying amount of moths, but they're not like drastically different from one person to another.
Am I the only one with a Luna moth?
Sure. I feel like I had to give it to you.
I'm sure they're watching us.
Watching or spying?
I mean, that's the same thing, really.
I mean, if you put yourself up to be watched, then people are going to watch you.
Mm.
Hi, Twitch chat.
Stop looking at me, Twitch.
So
I
maybe
don't think there's a way
chill.
to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I just really think that Miles are too nice to be associated with her, so I'm sure they're from Selene.
Yeah. Grace.
Still not
Okay.
a fan of this whole glossy black eye thing, though.
No.
Something doesn't sit right with me.
Aura does a little
Like what?
"Ooh, what's wrong? What
What
is it? Do I look spooky?
Don't make me be the serious one here.
I feel like Oro's had like the moment to self-regulate, and like speculating about the moths has kind of like stopped
Like,
the
okay.
the overwhelm feeling. I
I'm
love
not
that.
dying? Okay, okay, we're fine now. Maybe we've just
I
got
mean-
upgraded.
I feel like
The
if they
eyes just
were
dropped.
New eyes
Haiku
just-
purposely starts clapping really loud to try and prove that you've not upgraded.
Jesus. Okay, well,
I think if they were bad, we would have already seen them because they would be existing in the Shadowfell energy, right?
yeah. And I would have a tummy ache, and I don't have a tummy ache.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very susceptible to a tummy ache.
I think it might be affecting their
Eats the
mental
worst
capacity.
like junk food out of everyone else in the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this water is still like it's in an area of like high Shadowfell vibes. Like
Yeah.
that can't be a coincidence.
Wait, the
Also,
water?
why did you both want to drink the water?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
definitely very much a compulsion. I don't think
Oh.
I wouldn't say that I wanted to. I didn't really have a choice.
Oh, so that's
But-
probably a good sign then.
Well, that's great then. The water made you drink it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Water wanted to be drunk.
Wait,
Drink me.
Nerly looks at Randall and is like, "You're no one to judge."
Hey.
Goop boy.
Yeah, but I didn't pretend like it was a good thing.
you know what, Randall? Nobody's got a point. Pipe down.
Randall sits down.
Okay, but when you did it, nothing good happened to you. You just forgot who you were, and for a bit, and I don't know. I feel like
You
safer.
remembered some papa moments. What, he thought
Oh, that's
Oh.
true. I'm
Uncle
not sure if
Sebastian.
did you tell us about those memories? You
Yeah.
probably did.
I did.
I was thinking of Nerly losing her memory. I forgot that it was different for everyone.
Nobody else drank the goop, so we'll never know.
Yeah, just got
Damn it.
covered in it.
I did just down that
Didn't drink the goop.
evaporation potion that one time, so actually Nugget is the only one of them all high ground here.
Yes, we're-
We're all just
Oh,
drinking
no.
weird liquids we find lying around. Don't
It's
be
a
like us,
classic
Jack.
D&D trope, you know?
Yeah.
Find a
Mysterious
liquid,
potion.
drink a liquid.
Yeah.
Is there anything
know-
I could say to get you to cast your like anti-curse stuff on it narrowly?
I could try. Do you
Yeah,
want me? Do you want me to? Here, I'll try. I'm gonna try it on Oro.
thank you.
Third level spells.
So I'm saying I
Oh.
could try drinking it, see if it's
Hey, I'll get you a
disease.
spell refueling ring. I've still got like space for some infusion.
Oh, you know what? Actually,
It's got Pearl of Power.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
I do have a Pearl of Power.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
the spell of the doesn't have to be an artificer spell for the refueling.
I honestly
Okay.
don't know. I only read the title.
It might have to be an artificer spell. I remember there being something about it that was a bit
Bad.
not perfect.
The real prize was the stagnant liquids we drank along the way.
Maybe we should move away from the pool.
God, this is what could make me never be an adventurer because I have way too weak a stomach. Eating and drinking whatever fucking shit is lying around. Like, I would be the person who, like, I could feel the compulsion, and as I'm doing it, would be throwing up before I could even get the liquid to me because I myself would be so grossed out. Anyway, I cast Remove Curse on Oro.
Okay. So you get to see like kind of a new level of the spell casting that Neroli does, and that you get to see kind of the ripples of ethereal energy that come out. It's kind of the it's not so much that it has like an effect on the ethereal plane, but you get to see like a different kind of way that it materializes. In this case, well, in maybe not quite a materialized way, is the best word to use, but the way that it kind of appears.
The
And
way
it
it
kind of like,
immaterializes.
yeah, it materializes. It kind of just it kind of like has an extra ripple across the kind of the smoke of the ethereal plane as well. You do not feel changed.
How do my eyes look now?
The same.
Yeah, it's the same.
Oh, not a curse.
Nope.
A blessing. Drink up.
I'm gonna take out my mermaid
Drink up.
pearl of power. Drink up. I'm gonna take out my pearl of power and give myself that 3rd level spell slot back.
Sure.
Pearl of power is used for the day. Oh, you know what? That can be the last thing here. I've got other resource. Pearl of whoop, that's caps. Pearl of power. 0 out of 1.
I don't know what else we can do.
Maybe we.
If it can't be solved with fists.
Listen, we don't need to fight.
Oh, well,
She's already got a black eye.
One little. Oh.
get him to, I don't know, bring the liquid back up.
Don't think that's gonna help.
Puke now.
If remove curse didn't work, then I think it's just like we've just got to wait for this to pass.
Well, there's
Yeah.
only
Well,
one
it gets
other option
worse.
then.
Well,
So take their eyes.
I know it seems to be unsettling to you, but honestly,
no.
I've been worried about things that we couldn't see in this place the whole time, and I feel so much better knowing that I'll likely perceive pretty much anything, especially as we're heading near the dragon.
So,
I'm setting the Luna moth on my shoulder, giving his
so
leggies a little pat.
as someone who is currently afflicted with this, you're saying there are no downsides to it.
I don't feel bad.
That they
It was a
know
little
of.
unsettling at first, like there was just a lot of information to process, but I'm getting used to it.
You sure?
Tom.
Is it all or nothing? Are we all going in for this now?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I
think
was, I
everyone
was,
needs
I was
to.
merely just like, if Neroli is absolutely positive that this is fine, then Haiku is as well. Haiku trusts Neroli. She's always given Haiku good advice.
I think we should no one should drink it though. Randall.
Should-
No.
Does
I
anyone
think
have
it's-
any jars?
Have any what?
Anyone have any what?
A jar
Oh, I do have a jar.
or a bottle?
I have a bowl.
Yes, I do.
Can we take a sample of the water?
Sure.
Mm.
I would like to take a sample of the water by filling up the bottle.
Sure.
I'll do it so that you
Oh.
don't, because it's gonna make you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, don't touch it.
You've got 2 jars then. If
And
I've got one as well.
okay, I don't feel bad, but I can't say for sure that this,
Well,
hasn't
if you're s-
going to have a downside, but
if you're still like feeling fine in a few days, then maybe we should.
No.
Yeah. I don't mind
If-
taking some with us. I'm just saying you shouldn't do it just in case there's a downside. A jar of strange substance in a forest.
I don't think I do
So we
have a
fill
jar.
up two jars, or one jar.
Just one. I have a mist elixir, but it's full, and I'm holding on to everything that I have, so I don't have an empty jar.
Okay,
Wait,
I'll
you
take the
have a
one
mist
empty jar.
elixir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to imagine that you're holding it away from Haiku purposefully. Just being like, you can't have this.
So Haiku doesn't start jonesing for it.
Took me a while to get off of that.
Yeah, I'll take the one empty jar then, and I'll go scoop up some weirdo liquid.
I have 2 maelstrom
Can you-
water.
Oh god, the fake vanilla water
Yeah.
that the hot guy sold us that Haiku was real
Nope.
mad about.
No, that's the water
Maelstrom?
from the river in the Maelstrom.
Oh yeah, the stuff
Not
that
the-
like heals you.
Oh! Maelstrom in my head was like the storm that was there. No,
Yeah.
right. It literally was
No.
called the core
That's
of the
what I
Maelstrom.
read.
That's the jar you've just used. Is one of the fake elixir ones when I
Oh, I see.
clumsily bumped into the shelves.
Well, I bet the
Oh.
Maelstrom water would cure you if you want it to. Because that stuff, like, that kept... Sorry, in a early voice. That kept Chiasmus's legs from falling off or something, so... I feel like it
Well,
could probably fix this.
That means we
if
have a
that's what you
backup at
want.
least.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll just hold on to it for an emergency escape, maybe, if needed.
Mhm. Can you put the nasty water in the bag of holding?
No, I'm gonna
Lovely.
keep it on my shell.
I don't think that's a good idea.
It's my bottle.
I'm worried that it's gonna make you two drink it. So what if I just keep
Or
it?
you're gonna break the bottle.
No, at least
Yeah,
keep
maybe,
it.
maybe Nerly should keep it.
A middle
a
ground.
third party.
Most of Nerly's
Biased
stuff is
third
in the bag
party.
of holding now, so she just has like a very empty backpack essentially, and so she'll stick it in there.
Don't break my bottle, please.
It's an empty bag, don't worry, it's just rolling around in there.
Little do you know, whenever you have a potion in this game, you also have to eat the glass.
Oh God! Bits of glass muffin. Ow.
Okay, well,
All right, are we ready?
yeah, I guess we carry on.
I give my Lunamouth friend a little snuggle and
Crushed
keep
and
walking.
dead.
No.
Okay. I give the delicate
like-
insect a muzzle.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Roll
Well, this would be a good
dexterity.
chance to have a bio break then.
Okay.
A bio break.
Yeah.
Good
Okey-dokey.
shot.
If you're unfamiliar with our streams, then you might not know that our bio breaks take just about as long as we need them to. It doesn't usually take more than 5 minutes. In the meantime, maybe hydrate yourselves and look at our do good penis.
Hell
Or hydrate
yeah.
others.
Oh fuck, I closed my fucking Twitch thing. I was supposed to run an ad without that up. Please hold. You are next in line. Now is the time to go get a drink or have a little stretch. Because if you're an ad person, you'll begin some ads. Enjoy them, I hope they're fun. Wow! Do goods backwards. Ood doog. Ood doog.
Ah, the do-good penis king, yes. How was everyone? Good old Capri Sun would fix this. Oh, I love a Capri Sun.
Jenny said that she flipped my camera so it didn't say do good.
Oh, I only had the Discord open. Yeah.
I got a fancy yogurt, but I didn't get a spoon. Stupid.
Well, no. If you got a spoon, you gotta eat it without it.
I'll just pour it in my mouth, shall I?
I was about thinking of sucking out, but yeah, you can pour it if you want. There we are.
And then back. Oh wait, I should probably still mute myself whilst I open this. Might be loud. See if I can finish my yogurt before everyone gets back.
Whoa.
Hello.
Why am I blue now?
Oh yeah. The camera said, "I'ma do it. Don't worry, I'll sort it."
That's so. The lights are still pink.
The white balance on your camera, maybe.
Interesting.
I'm gonna eat my yogurt. You guys entertain yourselves.
Enjoy.
I would like to know what a king penis is in detail.
Want the time to come back.
It's just a royal penis, isn't it? Like a penis
A
with a
what?
crown on.
Oh, okay. Charlie.
Damn,
Was
I really
I the
thought
one
I'd be
that
able
said
to eat
it?
this before everyone came back.
No way.
Take your time.
How naive
Very
I was.
prompt.
How naive.
I'm still waiting for Grace's explanation. You've got time.
I'll wait.
Don't worry. I'll wait.
Hi, Riftblade. I don't know if I said hi when you said something earlier. I feel like I was saying something at the same time, and I forgot.
I wonder if I turn the lights off and back on. Oh my god, this curtain is going to be the death of me, please. It's beautiful and I love it, but get out of my way. Thank you. Jeez. There. If I turned him off. Oop.
It's a good yogurt.
Good.
Raspberry and chia seed muesli. I feel like an old man.
Now I'm too pink. What is happening? I ruined everything.
There's such a thing.
So, such a thing of what?
Too pink.
Too pink. Oh.
You're right. Damn.
Yeah,
Fair point.
there is
Yeah.
like
No.
chicken,
Chicken.
cooked chicken.
Oh.
Bro, you don't like your chicken done medium rare?
Oh my god. Okay, you say that. I saw a post. This was so long ago. This is when I still used Facebook ever. And it was like a bunch of Southerners making fun of someone from the UK who was like, "Oh my god, I just learned about what did they call it? I forget what they called it, but they basically cooked the chicken as if it were a steak, where just the outside bits were done, and they had like sliced it all up, and the middle was so pink, and they were, man, it was one of those like they're dragging you in the comments moments, and they were like, "This is why you don't ever go to the UK. You don't eat any of their food." Blah blah blah. It was so funny.
What?
Jesus.
I've got to imagine that's got to be a satirical video, right? Because we don't eat raw chicken.
I'm sure it was either a joke or it was a very young femme person, and I think it was kind of like out on my own for the first time, found a healthy way to, keep the chicken from drying out or something. I
Let's
forget how
keep
it was
all the
phrased.
nutrients in the chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, my experience has been the inverse. We tend to have our food more cooked, other than
Yeah.
like steak.
Yeah. What is There was another joke there in Dragon Age Origins. There's like a campfire joke where they're like, never let Alistair cook. He cooks like a Ferelden. They just put everything in a pot and boil it until it turns gray. And it was another joke about food from Europe.
Good damn.
The Americans only are laughing at.
Listen, I hate boiled veggies as much as the next person.
That's fair. Boiling is stupid because you cook all the nutrients out of it and into the water.
It's just really important that we eat food that is disgusting. We're
Fair.
not interested in nutrients. We're only interested in it not tasting good.
Entire wars have been fought over spices, and yet you refuse to use them. No, I'm kidding. These 5 easy steps to make sure you get food poisoning.
I'm refusing sleep. The Sandman can suck my left nut. What the fuck?
But only the left one. The right one is reserved.
It's reserved.
Okay. Right. I've finished my yogurt. We can continue.
Perfect.
So how are we feeling about our eyeballs?
Nerly is quite interested to see where this goes.
Yeah,
I feel like if she were cleverer, she would have been more of a scientist. But she just wasn't.
Don't have to be clever to be a scientist. Okay.
Well,
So, are we moving on, or are we poking around a little bit more? Like, what's the plan?
I mean, we could have a little. I want to have a little poke around, maybe with my new eyes, just see if there's anything of interest, maybe.
oh
Around.
god, how
Completely
far are we from
normal
the statue?
statement.
A couple of hours at this point. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, not go by there.
Roll me a investigation check there if you want to poke around the area.
Do I get advantage because of my new eyes?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What was it? Perception? check?
Oro,
Yes.
if Oro makes it known that they're gonna go poke around, then I will guidance.
Oh, investigation might have been more appropriate, but this is fine. That's right. The dice has been rolled. We're doing it. Okay. 25. Jesus Christ.
20 fucking 5.
Sean Bean.
Okay. So you actually do find something of interest in the local vicinity. You find a small outcrop of crystals, the kind of shard crystals that you've seen previously. It's just a small cluster. They look like there's, no real rhyme or reason as to their location. But what you do see is a large influx of moths around that crystal.
Oh. Oh, guys. There's some crystals over here, but a fuck ton of moths around it. Do you
Add
two?
crystals or?
I don't know. Do you two see the crystals?
Everyone
Do we
sees
see
the crystals.
Yeah, they're here. They're real.
Okay.
And you still don't see the moths?
No.
Fuck ton of them.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Is this all
Are
a
they-
purple crystal?
Yeah, these are the gold, stinky purple crystals. They're big. It's a small outcrop, so there are few in number, but they are quite large.
So, if these were good, friendly moths of Selune, do you think they'd be hanging around the nasty purple shards?
Maybe.
Just
Selunites just be like, keep an open mind.
they're fighting. They're slowly nibbling it away.
Oh, well, I think some of you keeping an open mind is what got us into this situation in the first place.
I mean, it's not really much of an open mind to be compelled to do something magically or whatever, but
But it's not a clothed one.
it was a weak mind. That's what it was. Not a matter of open or closed, it
Fair
was
point.
a lack of will.
Again,
Fair point.
intelligence, not wisdom.
I don't
So,
know, it-
with your perception check, I apologize for interrupting.
okay.
You notice that there may actually be a figure inside the crystal.
Oh no.
Wait a fucking second, Oro says. I get really close to the crystal, but not like I don't want to touch it. Like I'm like. Just...
Okay, all right. Give me a perception check again. You can have advantage.
Good.
What do your dark eyes see?
Oh my
Oh my
god!
man.
Speaking of
Oh
horror
my
stories,
God.
You can see without a shadow of a doubt,
Into the souls.
inside this crystal is a fairy dragon.
Oh, well, that one can stay.
Kill!
What?
Inside
I
this
have
inside
told you.
this crystal is Sirshifa.
Okay, I'm like right up next to it. That can't be. That can't be that fucking Sershifa bitch.
Wait, really? I
Go have a
look
look.
too.
Can me and Randall see this?
I mean, you can see that there is a crystal. It's not easy to see that it's Sirshifa.
But we can
So
see
you can
the
see a figure inside of it.
You can see that there is a
Okay.
general silhouette inside the crystal.
Okay, so it's not
Um,
like all of them have always had silhouettes in them, but we've never been able to see them
Correct,
because we haven't had the right
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
Good. Cool. Okay.
I'd like to smash the crystal
That might let them out.
into dust. I'd like to powder the crystal.
And yet us drinking the water was a really bad thing.
What are you going to do to smash the
The
crystal?
phrase, I'd like to powder the crystal.
Get your little powder and
Okay.
brush out. Just-
Well, how did we destroy all
Give it
those
some
other
blush.
crystals that we've been dealing with?
I'm not saying it's impossible. How are you going to do it? I'm saying, could you describe to me how you were going to do it?
Oh. Well, how large is it?
So it's probably about 6. I mean, because it's a small cluster of crystals, it's probably about 6 foot tall, maybe 5 foot wide,
Okay.
maybe 5 by 5.
Do we want to be doing this right now? Or should we be...
Wait. Haiku.
I hated the idea I just come up with.
Okay, I like push Haiku away. For a second. Wait. I try and like. So is there a silhouette of her there? Is she
So-
moving?
You alone will know that it is Sirshifa, unless you have told everyone else that it's Sirshifa.
Yeah.
In which case, they will be able to just about see the outline of what looks like a winged creature. She doesn't look like she's moving. Like, she's embedded in this crystal hard. It's hard to even know if she's alive.
Okay, so like her, you can't see like her eyes or anything.
Nope.
Okay. I don't I don't know if she's like alive in there. I can't tell.
I've changed my mind, anyways.
Oh,
I'll
think
no
Katie's
longer
about to
like
drop out the
powder the crystal. I'd like
We
to
might
instead
have
core a
lost-
hole.
We have.
You want to core a hole? We've lost Katie, by the way.
Ah.
Looks like she's going to return shortly.
oh,
A breaker has blown.
oh
said.
shit.
So we have the moments before lights out.
Yeah.
Ah.
So we're gonna have the cameras change in just a second.
Oh shit! Get ready.
Prepare
Take,
the
take
scenes.
bets. Who's gonna become who?
I'm gonna be half a DM.
Don't you worry, I've got the fucking scene ready. Although Katie is just frozen there for me. Is she still frozen for all of you?
Yeah.
She's still
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Alright.
I assume at some point it'll time her out the call.
There
Oh,
we
there
go.
you
We
go.
got that timing.
Don't worry, I got the 4-1 ready to rumble.
Oh, look at that.
Flawless execution.
PB.
It's like this has happened multiple times.
High
Every time I come in here,
production value.
I have to change the text. It's always something's gone wrong with someone.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with someone.
I think of recent it has been Jack tried to interact with chat and it balked his PC.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That BIOS update does seem to have fixed it, by the way. Like,
Oh, good.
what a
Yeah.
what an IT guy.
What an
guy.
IT guy.
What if an IT guy? What a
Come on,
guy.
IT guy.
Wow.
Yeah, IT guy.
My Twitch has a little window over where you've got the text saying Katie's power went, but it just says intended for certain audiences, and it's like a little drop down that says may contain significant profanity or vulgarity.
Okay,
And I
I've
can't
moved
get
it.
rid of it.
Pretty
I think
accurate.
we've had that this session yet, have we? Do we need to meet the quota?
Oh, what puts them in?
Yeah.
Titties.
How do I?
Is that enough? Is that enough vulgar
Oh, I heard
language?
kiddies, but now I'm figuring out you said
Oh,
titties.
no, I said
was wondering why.
titties.
Oh, it only goes.
I heard Katie's.
Oh.
The funny part is that it happened multiple times in the same stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Wasn't funny for me.
Oh, I can put the text in curls. You remember the curls text? Wow, that takes me back.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. That's straight from the 90s. Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
I've just had a pop up saying that I've watched for a 10 stream watch streak. Like
Congrats.
just now.
Nice. I don't have Comic Sans on my computer, and I don't know why. Where's it gone?
Is it not on your computer, or is it just not an option
Questions
in
that few people
OBS?
ask.
Deleted from your fonts file.
Oh, no, there it is. I'm just an idiot. I found it. Oh, but I kind of like the
I-
curls.
Just use different fonts for each letter.
Oh my goodness.
Do I have
I had
wingdings?
to download the official font for the place I worked at a couple of weeks back to sort some stuff out. They had their own font.
Wow.
Sorry,
What?
fonts. There's several of them.
my goodness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everyone should have their own personal font, like people used to have coats of arms.
Oh.
I support that. But I also like
I like the
fonts, so-
idea. I also wouldn't want to do it. Pay someone to do it for me, please.
It's a bit like it, whenever people do that thing in like work emails or whatever, where they've got like a really like outrageous signature thing going on. When they change their name in their email signature, so it's in like a more cursive font.
Yeah.
It's so silly. And then also just like, yeah, it's me, Tom, and it's like handwritten. It's not handwritten. We know it's not, and we know it's just a different font. I don't know why you've done that. And some people will
No, I
change
put a
it
PNG
so
in mine.
some people will change it so that their what is it? So that the background changes color, so they can have like in their email replies. Welcome back, Katie.
Come back.
Like
Yeah.
one person that I work with has like a gradient, like a yellow gradient. So the left side of the email, great like changes in gradient from a really
Why?
obvious yellow and then it fades into like a grey like dot texture. like a white and grey dot texture.
That
and
sounds
Disgusting.
disgusting.
it's I don't personally like it. If it helps them to express themselves in their emails, whatever. The annoying thing about it is just that when you reply to their emails, it keeps their formatting,
Oh.
and removing it is not as intuitive as you might imagine.
I think is this an Outlook?
Yeah.
I think there's a setting in Outlook that will carte blanche not allow other people's formatting into your replies.
Oh, I gotta get on that shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
changed my
that
life.
exists because I did that at my last job all the time because people they eventually forced everyone to standardize not only their email appearance but their like signatures and stuff. It was really stupidly corporate.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
corporate as fuck.
Like you're not allowed to put that in your signature. And I was like, fuck you. You scanned my signature so that I could have an actual signature for sending letters forever ago. I'm putting it in my goddamn email and you can't stop me. Send me to the CEO. Do it. Waste all of our time over this. And they didn't bring it up again. But anyway, people would have weird solid colors and like some of them were like really harsh bright colors and shit
that's
like that.
weird.
And I think I eventually found the setting for turning that shit off because it bothered me.
It's very odd. It's very odd. But also, that doesn't bother me that much. If people want to express themselves that way, it's fine. It's just a strange choice. That's a strange
Yeah.
choice.
That's a strange medium to make that choice in.
Yeah. But yeah, they want to stand out a little bit. I suspect they're doing it without thinking this is going to pollute everyone's replies to me. But it is what it is. Okay. There's a crystal in front of you. Sirshifa's in it.
Except because it's Outlook, you must sacrifice your first finger and blood from your foot or find or use things. Do find or use things. Or you could Google it. Anyway. Yes.
Welcome back, Cyborg.
Sirshifer.
I like to look at the pie. I had a look during the break.
Did look
It
good.
was good.
Oh.
Roast chicken pie.
Oh,
Nice. You
that
want
sounds
chicken?
well good.
I don't want to
Good.
be a pie.
How do you fit the whole chicken in though? It's a
Like
big pie.
gravy.
I don't like
Is it rare?
gravy.
Rare chicken pie?
Rare chicken, medium rare.
Oh God.
We call it au natural.
Blue.
That's
Blue
small.
chicken.
Seared. That's what they called it. Pan seared chicken in the meme or image, whatever. It was really cool.
No.
Pan seared chicken.
Well, how did she get in here? We've not seen any other people that we know in here. Would
Are
she?
they dead?
I like waved my hands like this to the crystal.
They don't seem to
Hello?
react.
I don't know. I mean, they might be alive,
Well-
but just not able to move
Yeah.
or anything.
They did say that they had a relationship with Adrenalith. So maybe after seeing us, they were gonna go talk to the other dragon, and just things didn't go as planned.
Yeah. Maybe. Are there any other like crystals near her? Is it just one with her in it?
It is it's a big condensed cluster with just her in it.
Oh.
Well, I had the time to core out a small cylinder from it. Enough to, I don't know, put the barrel of a force ballista in.
She's pretty
I
deep.
just want to make sure.
She's pretty deep. I mean, it would have to be a
Is that like a couple of
deep
hour
shaft.
job?
Do you even have the
Well-
tools?
Oh, I could figure out a way. I'm crafty.
I mean,
There's a dragon
could-
flying around.
yeah, and also if you think about it, being imprisoned here potentially forever in the Shadowfell is probably the last place where Sirshifer would want to be. So if they are still alive and they're just frozen in time, in abject horror, having to watch time go by without being able to participate, it's probably worse than just killing them, right?
You're right. As it stands, that isn't overwhelming my innate desire to want to murder them.
What if we need to save them so they can tell us what's, like, up ahead?
What? And they can tell us what's up ahead, and they tell us, "Oh, this will take us to where the dragon is," and we end up in the fucking Feywild again. This is what put us in the exact problem last time. Why even suggest it?
Well, wouldn't freeing them just give them the opportunity to send us to the Feywild too?
Oh, I wasn't thinking about freeing them.
Yeah, but you can't guarantee that whatever you do to destroy the crystal won't give them a moment to react.
Oh no, I don't want to destroy the crystal. I just want to put a very small hole into it, and then I'll just repeatedly fire down it. That seems pretty reasonable to me.
Seems really loud to me.
Oh my god, that would be
And
so
really
loud.
time consuming.
Yeah, and time consuming.
All right. If they
Much
do
easier to
happen
just
to get out of
break
this
it open.
crystal, I am not giving them a chance to open their mouths. Let that be known. This is like a tier below Barry.
I swear, if the next one of these crystals has Barry in it.
Below Barry.
Yes. Like if
Oh,
Barry is top
amazing.
of the list to kill, Lucifer is next.
I'm surprised that the person who sent you to the Feywild and almost turned you into a tree is a tier below Barry.
I don't think you lot quite appreciate the friendship I had with Astravigus. There was a
I think that
connection.
you had a friendship with Astravigus. I think.
You know what? We're in a stressful situation, Early. I'll allow that.
That's fair. Yeah. I'm sorry. You're right. I don't know. He wouldn't even talk to me, so how could I know if y'all were
He was
or
a
not?
complicated man.
Here's what I think. Unless killing the dragon instantly reverts this land to exactly the way it was before, which I doubt, she'll be here when we come back.
Yes.
Planning on walking back this way?
We
Well,
can.
I am now.
Okay. Well, I guess we carry on.
So we're not touching the crystal.
Doesn't
Definitely not touching the crystal.
seem like it, yeah.
I mean, when you put it that way, I feel like I must say that when Oro pointed out that there was a shape inside, I literally did the hand look into the glass kind of thing. So I did touch it.
Oh, okay, that's good. Could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Okay.
Everything is a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, which I'm horrible at.
Wisdom saving throw.
What colour are your
I
eyes
can't
going to go
even
this
flash of
time?
inspiration. That
No.
it's simply not high enough.
Fantastic. Could you lose one spell slot of your highest available spell slots, please? Just as if you had expended it.
There goes the heal. Goodbye, my only heal. Goodbye, heal.
Just like that, the party was doomed.
Or what did it feel like when that happened?
It felt like a distinct sense of loss.
Yeah, kind of stagger back, holding myself, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Oh, Jesus. We should really try and find somewhere somewhat safe to sleep soon. Maybe we'll sleep this eye thing off. Maybe Nurli will have more things available to her. I don't know
It
if
would be
Aura
nice
is-
to
drained all of a sudden.
I don't want to sleep here.
Well, at some
Under
point,
the watchful eye of the crystals.
who knows you want to fucking kill it.
Yeah,
Just
he's
only roll into it in the
been
night.
talking very loudly about how you want to bore a hole into the crystal so you can explicitly just shoot her several times.
I'm not like out of commission, but that didn't feel good. But there should be, well, I guess I can't even say that. I was going to say there should be plenty of places we can make comfy in the mountain on the way up, but I don't know that.
Okay, I've exhausted all things that I can investigate, right? All, like, I've investigated and I've...
In this vicinity, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we're not going to do anything about this big old crystal with this bitch in it, then I guess we'll just continue on.
There's
Trust me, you
nothing-
don't want to touch it.
Nothing to do, is there?
No, nothing we could possibly do. Let's go.
Yes.
Haiku first.
Oh, you want me to lead?
I mean, just a
Just
little
away
bit from
from
the
here.
crystal. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
okay.
go in front.
Okay, alright. The party departs. Which is a shame, but it's what happens.
Oh, shame. Uh-huh.
Oh, it was a
I mean-
shame.
The next one's going to be a crystal that's going to compel us to touch it.
Okay. So, on the road again. Our party travels once again through the King's Forest, getting closer and closer to the mountain. At this point, you can see that you are indeed making progress, and it does feel as if the fog is getting denser. You can still see in front of you for a few feet, but you know that the fog itself is becoming almost more oppressive. You are feeling like it's... You are holding back a pressure almost, but like a spiritual or a magical pressure. You know that the sigils that you have had maintained, or placed and maintained, thanks to Huck and Oro, are fighting something. And it's kind of the energy of the environment that you're in. And it is this energy that you suspect is what you're feeling the pressure of as you are walking through the forest. Eventually, you see through the fog itself, thanks to our black-eyed friends, you are having no issues navigating this whatsoever.
Okay.
The fog to you is a much less dense, much thinner obstacle, simply because you are kind of seeing the ethereal plane around everything. So, like, it's a little bit like having like X-ray vision almost. Like, you can see the trees ahead of you. You can't quite see the detail between, but you can see the outline of things. And you can see now maybe 400 feet away from you the outline of what looks like a log cabin.
Log cabin.
Nerdy, you see that?
And this is still... Do I see it?
Yeah, you two can see it.
Okay. And this is still at the base of the mountain?
Yeah.
Do I remember there being a log cabin here?
Roll me a history check
Oh,
with advantage
history.
because it's local to you.
Okay. History, I'm great at that. I'm not great at that. 14.
Okay. So you are aware that so you're aware of your own, like, where the limits of your knowledge are.
Yeah.
The local vicinity, there were areas that you were advised not to explore. Your upbringing was, whilst you had a certain amount of freedom to go off and forage, etc., and spend some time outside with your goddess, there were places that you were forbidden from going to, and now that you are older, you suspect that might be because there might be people from outside the enclave in the local vicinity. And it would not surprise you at all if there were kind of hermits, people living in the forest, separate from everyone else, etc.
Mm-hmm. I do see it. I've never been there before. But there were lots of places I wasn't allowed to go at first. But if someone did live there, I can't imagine they're doing well now. Should we check on them? Maybe we can trade food for a place to rest or something.
Yeah.
Can't imagine they've had fresh food in a while.
Hmm.
Looking around at the horrible, desiccated landscape.
Yeah. So even he trapped in a crystal.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go over them. There.
Okay. So those of you without black eyes are led by those of you with. Although I need to sneeze.
Bless you.
Cabbage.
Pineapple.
Oh,
you
mutate.
Bless you.
Why are you upset that he muted it?
I'm-
That's so funny.
Regardless, you are led closer and closer to this cabin. It doesn't look in a good way. It doesn't look like it's like falling to pieces, but it doesn't look like it's been well maintained. Though you suspect that the original construction was solid, it looks like it has been kind of left and uninhabited for a while. Those of you who are with the black eyes, however, you see that there is a small kind of shimmer of ethereal energy around it. The kind of shimmer that you have associated with kind of like living energy, almost.
Oh, okay.
So you suspect that it is possible there is someone or something inside.
Maybe we should be extra quiet.
Okay. I want to.
I mean, I'll try.
I want to like check for like traps and stuff.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
16.
You do not see anything that looks like a trap, but with your new vision, you can sense that the kind of the aura around the house may have in some way been manipulated in some way. If it feels a little bit like perhaps an alarm will go off if you tread too close.
This house is alarmed, I think.
Oh.
Oh.
It's reminding me of my spell. So someone's going to be in there.
Yeah. And they are probably scared if they've got an alarm up.
Yeah.
Like somebody who feels confident and comfortable in this atmosphere probably wouldn't do that.
Perhaps we should warn them we're going to set the alarm off. Because no one who was actually wanting to do them harm would warn them that we're going to go over the alarm.
Yeah, maybe we should call out.
Yeah. Hello?
I'm gonna back that up. Hello?
After a few moments, you see that there is a like there are some small windows on the front of this kind of log cabin. There's a big front door and two kind of small windows on either side, and all of you see curtains move just gently, just slightly. Nurili and Oro, you see the outline of a humanoid for just a fraction of a second.
Hey, I see you in there. It's okay. We don't want to hurt you. I mean, unless you're gonna hurt us, but if you don't want to hurt us, then we're chill.
We will fight back.
We're not pussies, but we do want to be friends.
We're friendly if you're friendly.
No response.
We were hoping to find somewhere to sleep, and we have food to trade. If you're hungry.
No response.
Would you do just yourself the alarm?
I throw a pebble at the, like a little bit, like a rock at the door. Hello?
Yeah.
Donk.
Nothing seems to happen.
So we could see a humanoid in there. Can we hear them moving around with our tremor sense?
How close to you, the house, are you?
How far away does
So the
I would
aura
have
been
asked?
about 20 feet away.
Okay, I think we would have stopped short there.
Okay, so you're
Or
about 20 feet away.
That's I wouldn't have gone any closer than that. Yeah.
No, you cannot hear any movement or feel any movement.
Shush, bitch, shush.
Could I telekinetically knock on the door?
Yeah. You could open the door.
Well, I want to give him a chance.
There is no response.
I will telekinetically open the door.
Okay, so you can just about see inside. It appears dark.
They might be
What do you
dead.
see in there?
Oh
Do
yeah.
you see anything else? You specialize?
Yeah, look with our specialized.
Look at
Look at
I think that aura
Right.
actually does do that every time.
I'm focusing. Yeah.
From where you are, you can see a lot of like ethereal kind of wisps inside.
I hate that, Adam. I wish to unread that. They have an alchemy
That's a
jug.
lot of mayonnaise.
I've been living off 2
Oh.
gallons of mayonnaise it makes every day. Oh, God.
I would just
I'd rather die.
yeah. I like mayonnaise, but not by itself. Like I would just drink wine until I died.
Mayonnaise and roots, dead leaves.
Mm.
Mmm, desiccated leaf salad. Yummy. Just like mother
Again?
used to make.
What did you say we saw in there? Astral.
Just kind of astral wisps, or ethereal wisps. Astral would be quite different.
Oh, sorry.
But you can just kind of see general wispiness. You're a bit too far away to like properly peek inside.
How close? Oh, wait, where could I see this like alarm thing? Is it just around the house?
It's kind of like a bit of tension in the air, like it was almost like an air bubble, but only for like almost an imperceptible amount. Like it's the kind of thing where it's a bit like there is a very, very thin bubble that is placed around it, where if you pushed on it, it would immediately pop. It's about 20 feet around the.
Okay, and we're
rock
on the
cabin.
edge of that 20 feet.
Mhm.
Right.
I mean, if it's just an alarm, all it's going to do is let them know that we're here, right? Which we've already done.
Yeah.
Let's just walk up to the house.
I want to just walk in, but
No, they don't walk in, but walk up to the door.
yeah.
Okay. Well, the door is open.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all walk up, or just the one of these?
Well, I definitely am.
Okay.
Let
Yep.
me go first. Let me go first.
Yep.
Let me go first. I specialize.
Okay, so Oro, I mean, you all walk up with Oro in front. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or is Oro going
Mhm.
alone?
No, we're all going.
Okay, all right. So, for those of you without specialize, you can see inside a log cabin. There are old bits of wooden furniture dotted around. You can see there's some cutlery, some plates left out, some kind of old like pots and jugs and jars and kind of like drying or very old drying herbs hanging from a kind of a kitchen area next to
And a jug of mayonnaise.
and just a big old jug of mayonnaise. And there's
In
some
a
like a
field.
simple.
There's
there's one simple single like bed with a rough straw mattress. For those of you who have spooky special eyes, you can see that pretty much every surface in this room are filled with jars, small glass jars. Those glass jars have moths in them.
They've trapped a bunch of the moths. There's a bunch of jars with moths in them.
It's an empty cabin.
Yeah, do I see anyone in?
anyone in there?
So, those of you with black eyes, well, no one can see anybody in there right now.
Yeah.
But when you say there's a, are you whispering to yourselves? Or are you speaking out loud when you're talking about what's in the room?
I think we're quietly talking, like to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so
not-
you'd say
not
if there
like-
was someone inside, it would be audible for them.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. You kind of hear it. They can see the moths. Okay. And you hear those of you who have funky sense hear a quiet unsheathing of a blade.
Hey,
Are the moths
You go.
bad? I'm trying to sound very gentle.
And you're trying to talk to the person inside.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like they were trying to talk to you.
No,
They were
but I
just
heard
talking
them.
quietly to themselves, and you did hear them. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Listen, we're good. We just drank a thing because we were like pushed to do so, and now we can just see a lot of moths and shit.
Okay.
It's very unnerving.
Are
Right.
the moths helpful? You keeping them for
suppose.
protection?
They are mine. These ones
We
are.
don't want to take them.
What is your
We've
business?
got our own. I kind of look to everyone like, do we tell? I don't say that, but like,
Mm-hmm.
do the like.
Randall and Haiku cannot hear this individual at all.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We're here trying to make things like they were before.
Oh.
Well,
And
what are you
me-
here for?
Moths.
Oh. Just you're here for the moths?
Yes.
Why?
He moves around the corner and in front of the doorway. His blade is still elevated somewhat. Only you two can see him. What you're seeing is a slender gentleman who is wearing kind of a leather strap armor on top of his clothes. He is very pale, like ashen grey pale, in like a color you've never seen before, really, with taut white hair that is kind of like tied up in a ponytail. You can see that he's got some kind of like just small nicks and scars on his cheeks, and kind of like just face in general, and down his like arms. He's got rolled up sleeves. And he just kind of like considering it's we're moving towards winter, he does not look cold at all. And he just kind of like he's got like a blade, like a short dagger that looks quite finely made, and has a kind of like a silverish quality to it. And he stands in front of you and he just says, "Do you truly mean no harm?"
100%.
Mm-hmm.
No harm.
Then you'll leave your weapons at the door.
Oh man, gee.
everywhere with this rule? I know Haiku can't hear this, but this is Jack. Why does everywhere have
feels
this rule?
offended for some
If
reason.
you see some randos in the middle of the woods, you're gonna ask them to drop their weapons if they're gonna come and chill out in your little log cabin.
Yeah, just think about it. In a world where adventurers exist and people can undo the fabric of reality with a spell, and you're living by yourself in a little cabin, and 4 of them who look pretty formidable kind of walk up, you're gonna be nervous.
But
lot
what
of
if we
people
get
say they're
into
nice.
trouble? And like, that 2 seconds we have to get to our weapons gets us killed.
When's the last time you used a weapon? That wasn't
It's
magic.
not really for me. It's for our weapon users. Is what I'm arguing.
You mean
I'm
the ones
offended
who
for
are
someone
so
else.
fast that they can run like the speed of sound?
Randall doesn't really need a weapon to do half the stuff that he wants to do anyway.
I do.
And one of them's a bat.
Yeah. Also, I hide a weapon in my socks, so no one knows. And I have a whole like dagger thing.
Exactly, Adam. It's the principle.
It's okay if we put them away in a bag so they're not just sitting outside to
that's
be
fine.
taken in case. Okay.
There's no one around here that'll take it.
Are you from here?
No.
We're
Do you
talking
come
to
here
a
for the
guy in the
mods?
house. Can you not see the guy? Okay. Narrowly talk when he says something, say it in like what he said and then what you're saying back, so they get the whole conversation.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry, I got lost by the dual conversation there. What were you saying? What was the question you had?
I asked if they were from here and they said no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I asked them if they're from here and they said no. Did you come here for the moths?
Yes.
Is there a reason they're all around us?
They are around all of us, to a certain extent.
Why?
They are attracted to loss.
The moths are attracted to loss?
They sit in the border ethereal between the nothing and the empty. Does that make sense?
Sure.
They said the moths are attracted to loss and that they sit on the border of nothing and the empty. Honestly, that makes more sense than it probably should. If they're attracted to loss, does that mean they're, how to say, does that mean that they're associated with one who is associated with, or their purview is loss? Or is it just how they are?
They are. Let's. I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll a check for him.
Okay. Lost moths. Moth.
He rolled pretty well. They are. I suppose it is in their nature, but that does not mean that their nature is not the purview of some greater being.
You have so many moths because you've lost a lot?
I have so many moths because I collect moths. This is my business.
Oh.
Business. You make money from moths?
I quietly relay to the other two.
make money through a very skillful process that involves the moths.
Oh.
Skillful.
It could not be done by an unskilled hand. So
We're
don't
not
take
going
my
to-
inventory.
No, it's fine.
What do you... Can you tell us more about that? Or...
I'm a purveyor of potions.
A purveyor of potions, you say?
I sell
Like who they sell
potions
potions.
to distributors
Oh,
and very specific potions. You see, the potions that I sell are a way to forget things. I have a usually specific clientele, but if you're interested, you could purchase your own. Of course, the antidote is more expensive.
Does the antidote work even if somebody's forgotten something not because of one of your potions?
It should do.
Randall, they can make potions that can make you not forget. Like
How
recover.
expensive?
How much?
Oh, a pittance, really, for those who are usually interested in, is about 10,000 gold pieces. The antidotes themselves are 15,000.
15,000, Randall. 15,000 gold.
I'm sorry, your friend's not able to see into the ethereal.
No.
Oh, he slips a ring off, and he appears in front of you.
Oh,
Hello.
Hello.
hi.
I apologize, I was not made aware.
That's okay. I didn't realize that you didn't just exist like that, so.
I'm from. I'm Maelfa.
I'm Nerly.
all right.
Randall.
Right, we're all just giving up our names. Haiku.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, we're introducing ourselves to someone haiku who we're hoping to rely on their good graces so that we can sleep inside walls and not out in the midst of all this.
No, that's fine. Trusting a complete random stranger. Yeah.
I mean, it's not our social security number, it's just our name.
It'll be used
The
against us.
social security number. Not more circus speak?
Yeah, you don't have a social security number?
I
Mine
don't know.
7234.
Is there anything that we could trade you to maybe take a little corner and get some rest? If you don't mind, or we could pay you. If that's okay.
It is fine with me if you would stay the night.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
I mean, as long as you don't bother my moths, it should be fine.
No.
I won't plan
I
on picking up the bed, though. I will admit I was planning on taking that.
No, that's fine.
Did you only
I tell
just
Randall
get
in. Oh,
Sorry.
I've been here a few days.
You go, Nerly.
I tell Randall and Haiku everywhere where there are jars of moths and be like, don't touch any of these surfaces.
As long as they're in the material plane, they're not going to be a problem. They won't be able to interact with them regardless.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's quite nice, no matter how clumsy I am.
It's true.
Are you aware that there's a huge scary dragon living in the mountain?
I have been made aware of its presence. That's most likely the only reason that my business is so. Well, you see, I must find places like this in order to do my business. This is actually one of the most. I mean, to you it may seem like a dangerous place, but comparatively to my usual places for collections, this is actually quite safe.
How long have you been doing this for?
A few hundred years.
Oh, Jesus.
Well.
Do you ever have a break?
Oh, you must live for a long time. Did you ever go on holiday?
What plane do you go to on holiday?
The holiday plane.
Not home, I will admit. I stay away from Gloomrot.
Gloomrot?
where I was born.
That doesn't sound
The
very
name sounds so
right.
sad.
You
Do I know where that is?
can roll a history check with disadvantage.
Just the look on your face every time the disadvantage.
Just remember,
like,
remember
the
when you had
pain.
advantage on almost every history roll?
Yeah, the heady heights of.
Oh,
Oh no.
There's just too much going on.
I'm sad to take away Randall's superpower, but also not at all sad to take away Randall's superpower because it's character development, you know. It's if I was being a DM who was just being a prick and trying to not let you do the thing that you want to do, then it would be like I'm an asshole. But you are currently spiting your warlock patron, so you don't get nice things. Okay. No, Gloomrot is not somewhere. Gloomrot is not somewhere you would have visited, I suspect.
Mm. Well, thank you for being so hospitable.
I don't tend to make too many visitors or acquaintances that can see into the border ethereal. That kind of. This wasn't going to be a problem. I was probably just going to continue about my business whilst you were here. I wasn't expecting to be seen.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be able to see into the ethereal plane. You know, it's just we're in a weird place.
Why can you?
One of my favorite places when I grew up here was like tainted by all of this stuff, and I was looking at it, and something made me want to drink the weird inky water. Some magic probably, and I did, and now I can hear everything and see and things, like the moths and you with the ring on.
Well,
And my eyes aren't normally like this. This happened because of that too.
I did find them unusual, but
Hmm.
I wasn't going to judge.
Kind of you.
Well, whilst you're here, I would offer to take those moths from you if you wish.
Are they bad to have on you?
They're not bad. Some people find that when the moths are taken away with thought and care of a skilled hand, there is a feeling of relief, a lightness.
Insight check.
Hold it.
Can I help?
Get above if you give above.
Oh, 13. If I get above 13,
I was
right?
gonna say
Yeah?
15 was the
Oh.
number. Yeah, I use 15 a lot.
Do you have a D6? Who has D6s?
I have a D6. I'll
Tom
give you
has a
I'll give you a
D6.
D6. We got
Oh,
only a few minutes left.
oh, that's so sweet.
There you go. Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you get 15, I'll tell you, and then I'll also give you the insight as to what this will actually achieve. He's being legit. It doesn't look like he has any ulterior motives, apart from probably he's going to charge you for the service, and then benefit from it because he's collecting
Disgusting.
things from you. But I will tell you that doing so would allow you to respec one of your points, one of your ability points.
Oh.
It would cost 500 gold pieces per person.
Everyone looking at their stat point.
Yeah. I have lots of even numbers is the problem. Although
Yeah,
technically, I
same.
suppose I could take something out of strength and put it somewhere else because I don't need it in strength.
Yeah.
But then I'm kind of stuck with the gauntlets forever. We're never going to find a Mothman again.
The Mothman.
This entire encounter would have been very different if you did not end up drinking from that water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have just been stabbing us and invisible. Or we would have never known he was there, and we would have just like, do. Oh, cool, an empty
All our moths would
cabin.
have been taken.
Yeah, no, you would have just quite happily. You never would have known about the moths. You would have quite happily strolled into here, slept. He wouldn't have necessarily attacked you, but he probably would have taken your moths whilst not charging you, and you wouldn't
Yeah.
got a benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you also wouldn't have known that you had a creepy man watching you all night. As this wonderful scene in my head where he's like eating his cereal as you guys come in the room, and he's like, oh, he's just trying to get out your way whilst you're moving around like a spoiler. It's like, wow, a log cabin, and he's like, oh god damn it. Spills milk all over himself.
So
He's in his
funny.
pajamas.
They always come when I'm eating. God damn it. Why can't abandoned places just stay abandoned? I guess. I don't necessarily want them to go, but now I'm a little worried that they're tied to her.
I mean, seems a bit like that.
Yeah. So I'll fish out 500 of my gold from the party inventory. Because what I have on my person is like 25 gold, so.
How often do you think you have a creepy Mothman around you? How much have you been playing Lethal Company?
Constantly, if that's the case.
God.
Ooh.
So is there anyone shilling out for the
Yeah.
the service?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to
Or-
respec anything because there's not really anywhere for me to put points that would matter.
Oh, okay.
But Neurali is worried about the moths now. And very sad because she always liked the moths.
Oh.
Well,
damn
these
it.
are moths in the ethereal plane.
That's true. Ethereal moths.
And much like the souls of sentient creatures are much like currency will give power to the gods. So could moths.
Yeah.
They as an entire species don't necessarily have one allegiance.
Not all moths.
Not all moths. He describes that moths are often found in the border ethereal around, or these moths are often found in the border ethereal around places where Shadowfell energy has kind of found its way into the material plane, or places where the Shadowfell might be accessible from the ethereal plane, and that they tend to flock where they can find people who have experienced loss. And that their existence in the border ethereal with the Shadowfell involves them mostly chasing the kind of the moon through fog, perpetually.
I have a question.
Ethereal moths. Yeah.
Do we have like a lot of moths for like the average person? Like, does anyone like? Have you ever seen someone and been like, "Whoa, they've got a lot of moths"? You know?
Should we
Really?
kill moths to kill?
Yeah.
They tend to fluctuate. People who have experienced a great loss, a loved one, perhaps, will find an influx of the moths around them. But it's not everyone, it's just people who are near the Shadowfell. So it's difficult to say. Usually when people are in or around the Shadowfell, they're experiencing some kind of loss. You see those of us who are from there and know that it is not a place where happiness is found. There's a lot of loss there. But
I
you have more than the usual amount.
Hmm.
And
I am
he
very
finds his way
forgetful.
over to Nerdy and he says, "Oh, a Luna moth. Interesting."
Yeah. It's really pretty.
It's interesting.
Well, I've never seen one before.
Oh.
Like ever, or just around people?
Around people.
Maybe I keep this one.
Okay. And with that, he will. What he does is he spends a fair amount of time very gently coaxing the moths away, as opposed to, because I mean, you guys kind of think to yourself, well, I could have got a fucking jar and just scooped up some moths. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
He seems to be very, very carefully, like almost leading them into the jars and like very carefully handling that kind of thing. Seems to spend some time with each of them and like whispers quietly to them before he allows them into the jars. So there seems to be not necessarily ceremony, but there is an element of kind of like skill to it, where you suspect that if someone was just kind of yanking at them, there may have been some negative repercussions.
Mm.
Those of you who have the service, is that everyone but Haiku?
Yeah.
Yep.
There is you do have a kind of a feeling of like a lightness, a little bit like a burden has been lifted. Not all the way, but just kind of just a little less of a weight upon your shoulders. And if you wanted to rebalance one stat point, you are welcome to.
Yep.
What are you going to do? Take something off strength and stick it somewhere else?
Yep. Go.
What are you putting it?
Honestly,
Dexterity.
I'm super tempted to take one off of strength and put it into wisdom because that's the only odd number one I have, and that would give me the additional modifier. But that would put me at a -2 strength, and I just don't think that's a good idea, especially
Maybe
after recent experiences.
Yeah.
So well, you might know this already, but there's one of those big scary crystals, and I like describe roughly where it was, and there's just a ton of moths around that one. But there's also a really dangerous fairy dragon imprisoned in that crystal. So,
Oh.
if you want more moths, there's a whole bunch over there.
Those who are imprisoned do tend to have an influx of moths.
Yeah, they're pretty awful, so they probably deserve it, even if the reason they got in there was not because they deserved it.
Perhaps I will venture out there tomorrow. Thank you.
The same level of loft I'll feel, and if I get my hands on them.
The strength dump party is almost as fun as the int dump party. You got one person here with 21 strength. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Strength in the whole party.
Wait, yeah. Did you said you took a point out of strength, right? I just realized because the gauntlets mean you don't actually lose anything.
Until I take them off.
That's really cool.
Please do make a note somewhere of what your original strength score
Yeah,
was.
I already had.
Okay, cool. I figured that was the case. All right. Well, that's a pretty good place for us to end our game. You guys are going to have a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
There and then. Bit of a shame that we didn't get to see Sirshafer today, but probably for the best.
I think my strategy would have worked fine. No repercussions.
But here we are. We're at the end of our session. I will see about planning the next one. We're getting real close to Dragon Lair.
Yeah.
Like I suspect we're arriving there next session. So we'll see.
Maybe we should just, teleport circle out of here.
Just go back home.
Get right to the very edge of it and check. Now let's go.
My plan might have to be I'm gonna have to plan the first couple of things, and then over the holiday period I'll do some more planning then, because there's gonna be plenty
Got
to
a lot
it.
of planning.
But otherwise, GG's
GG's.
everybody. Thanks very much for joining us.
My plan is with this guy is to try and befriend him and like maybe try, like, if he wants to be taught something, to try and get a discount on the potions. That's my plan.
Oh, okay.
Just so you can think about that.
What would be a viable discount? Because it's 15,000 gold pieces.
10%.
Yeah, like 50%. 50% discount.
So I mean, like 10% might be doable. 50% is unlikely. But I don't know how much money you guys have and how much you'd be willing to spend on a potion that did that.
We did just get all of that money, but don't know that we would remember stuff that would be useful enough, for 15k.
Yeah. What happens if it's just you remember all the really awkward times in your life? And
Well,
it's
Oh
just like,
god, I already do that.
Exactly.
I didn't think
Every
for
night.
us. I thought like for someone else.
uh,
Oh. I was immediately thinking of giving it to Randall to see what else we could figure out about Caspian, but
Yeah, that would be a good one for sure.
Dragon 2024, baby. Yep. Yep.
Oh god.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
We
Well,
done so.
GG's. We should be
GG's.
back next
GG.
week, right? Yeah, next week's
I
fine.
believe so.
The week after,
Yeah.
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 Okay. So we'll see you then for potential sightings of dragons, maybe.
Yeah. Thanks once again to everyone who was donating to the D&D fund. I do appreciate it. Just help pay for things like Roll20, and it goes to Roll20 and Patreon subscriptions to D&D creators. So it gets redistributed,
We giving money to Roll20?
I've got to pay to make sure that we don't get like constant ads and not access
It's
to all
not
the
what I
extra
signed up
shit.
for.
We're sponsored by Papaya, not by Roll20.
All right. We'll see you next week. Bye.
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 Two-hander.
Wow, two-handed.